This is the best of the wrap-up show. A recap and behind-the-scenes look with John High and Gary 𝗏𝗏𝗏. The best of the wrap-up show begins now.
Hey, it's Gary 𝗏𝗏𝗏, Papa Booey. On Monday's wrap-up show, we discussed the fact that Scott the engineer's wife called in, and we talked about what that all meant, how she called Ronnie's new girlfriend Chippy, how we don't think she liked Ronnie, and I think we finally got an answer to what Chippy means and what she thinks of Ronnie the limo driver.
We haven't had a good old-fashioned on-air fight amongst the staff in a little while.
Long time, I think.
Like a good one, like a real one.
Yeah, it was very real. And it got more real as it went on.
Well, once wives start arguing, then it's a good fight.
Well, let's start with that. So Shirley goes in and does the update, and I think the premise was to talk about Sal.
This is going to be a Sal bashing.
Right. And Sal, of course, and realizes that he's wrong and apologizes and sounds completely sincere. And that turns into Ronnie being in there to discuss it. And then Ronnie, of course, talked about what goes on when they're there and Scott the engineer. And next thing you know, Scott's wife's on the phone to basically set the record straight about what happened, because she was accused of being the reason why Scott left early. And I've heard that accusation has been made before.
Well, we should go back. I started to get on the microphone, but then I backed off. There's been tension between Ronnie and Scott's wife for a while, and I forget what it goes back to, but it goes back like 8 or 9 years ago. Something happened where they were supposed to go somewhere, and Ronnie wanted Scott to go, and something happened, and they used to go out to dinner, and that stopped. And I remember we talked about in the air that they weren't going to be friends anymore. I wish I could remember what it was.
Yeah.
So there's been some tension there for a while anyway.
And now she's calling him the dredge of the earth. And Ronnie, when Ronnie does it, you really want to go there. You could tell Ronnie's getting heated, and they got into it. And well, I was going to ask this question, but I see a caller already has it. So, Jeff, I'll give you the floor. Ask your question.
Dude, oh my God. What the fuck is up with Scott? He stands there and lets Ronnie trash his wife in front of millions of people and doesn't say a word. If I was at a party and a buddy of mine started talking like that to my wife, it would have ended with me punching him in the mouth. What's up with Scott? Why didn't he stand up for his wife?
Well, that's very Scott in the sense that Scott, I've seen him before, and he's like, listen, my wife's her own person. This is her fight. I don't have to get involved in it.
It was an awkward thing because you had Ronnie and Scott's wife arguing, and Scott is literally standing there silent looking at Howard. And I wasn't sure if it was what you just said, Gary, sort of this is her fight, let her handle it, or if you... What was going through your mind as that was going on? Because you had to feel extremely awkward, Scott.
Well, it was a little awkward, obviously, but I mean, she called in and she, was upset that they were making fun of me. She was trying to support me, which I really appreciate, because she, they were making fun and Scott doesn't do anything and he just takes the money and so I guess she was upset about that.
So you felt that she had your back in this conversation?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely had my back. So, and I appreciate that. So. She's a big girl. She could speak for herself. So,
but did you ever feel a need to go, hey, Ronnie, whoa, that's my wife. Whoa, stop the clock. No, but did you ever feel a need to, that's what this guy's saying.
I did. But I know that I probably would have gotten some resistance
from
Howard, because I know that he likes a good fight on the air. I did want to stop him, but, Did
you feel he was out of line at any point?
They were arguing. I don't really think he was out of line. I mean,
It's got to be weird, too, because, like, who are you? Which one are you closer to?
I'm not even going to answer that.
I do have to say, Scott, that for my money, Scott had the funniest line of the morning. Howard goes, Scott, what do you think of Ronnie? And he goes, you heard my wife. He's an asshole.
Scott, I don't think Howard would have gotten on you if you backed your wife up there. I really don't. I mean, you weren't going to.
Of course, I'd back her up. I mean, I don't. She has some of her feelings, and that's fine. I mean, obviously she,
But do you think she so held her own.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So if she was,
I didn't think that there was a need for this. Isn't a party. And you do let stuff sort of air out. That's the point of her calling in. She wanted to get her point across. And I don't think this is a hey, don't talk to my wife like that. It's not like he said, she's a fucking skank.
Yeah,
he had an argument. She had an argument back.
Yeah, plus, I don't think Scott's unaware of this issue. My guess
is tension, right? We agree that between your wife and Ronnie, there's tension.
Well, there is now.
But there was before. I do remember now. There's a guy up on the phone, but I do remember. This started when you wanted to go to driving school, right?
No.
No, I think it's
not at all.
If I remember the story correctly, is when we first came to Sirius and we had that partnership with NASCAR, which both Scott and Ronnie were really excited about. And I think they had this whole weekend plan where they were going to get flown out to Chicago.
Like they were going to a race or something?
And they were going to go to a race and be in the pit and blah, blah, blah. And then at the last minute, Scott pulled out, and Ronnie totally blamed it on Scott's wife.
Right. And I think I remember that coming up on the air, and I think that's whether Ronnie had tension with your wife over it, I think by bringing it up on the air might have created tension with your wife against Ronnie.
It might. I mean, she obviously doesn't agree.
Do you live there? You seem unaware.
Ronnie's wife, Ronnie sees a problem. Did he have a problem with Doug Goodstein's wife also? Didn't he have words with Marlo Goodstein on the air?
Yeah.
Did he call her like a bitch or something? Yeah. I don't know.
I don't remember if it was that, but we're going to try and get Ronnie down.
I guess she liked Ronnie's ex-wife, and, I guess she felt bad about the whole thing, and then he's with a young woman now, and, so I guess she doesn't she didn't like it. So this tension...
listen, I've heard similar... I mean, my wife loves Ronnie, but she's weirded out by the thing. She's like, there's this woman that I love that just has disappeared.
So even before that, you're saying there wasn't any tension there? Like, it was that Ronnie's girlfriend, that's what brought this on?
Well, we do a lot together, or I go out with him, and so I guess maybe I took away some of the attention I should be giving to her by going out with those guys. But I mean, I don't know for sure, but I think it's more of the girlfriend thing. Now, she likes Stephanie though.
Now, why were people blaming your wife for you leaving early? You said that wasn't the case.
Not the case. I mean, we were there. We hung around for 10 minutes after the show ended, 10, 15 minutes, and it was already after 11, and I had a pretty long ride home, and I had to get up for work on Friday.
Right, but when you said that, Sully, Ronnie, they were like, that's not the reason why.
Well, that's their opinion, but I'm telling you the truth.
And they complain about that for every show, so it's not like a new...
That's true.
I hang around a little, and then I leave. So, I mean, I'm not like them standing around drinking at the bar or doing whatever.
Waiting to throw up.
Right. So, yeah, I don't get wasted. I didn't drink. I had one drink, I think, and so that's my thing. So I left, and I had to go to work the next day. So, they didn't... Well, Sully did, but that's his deal. Ronnie didn't have to work Friday, so nobody else apparently did either.
What's it going to be like when you get home today?
It should be fine. I don't see any problem. She got on the air. That was her choice. I didn't put her on the air. She wanted to argue with Ronnie, and she felt that she had certain things to say. She didn't appreciate them trashing me, both at the show and on the air today.
You don't think she's going to come down on you for, like, kind of letting Ronnie railroad her, like Ronnie was yelling and wouldn't let her get a word in. You don't think she's going to be like, where were you to have my back there? Or
in a situation like that?
Yeah.
It would have been almost impossible to get a word in edgewise anyway. So she was doing fine. If she needed help, I would have stepped in, and of course I would have helped her. But I didn't feel that that she wasn't doing fine. She did well. She expressed what she had to say.
I mean, there's a part of me, like, if that was going on with me, I would have sort of stepped back and go, look, my wife's kicking Ronnie's ass.
He didn't really...
She certainly was holding her own, don't you think?
Yes.
He didn't trash her, really. She brought up some things, and he responded, and I felt that she was doing fine.
No, she came out guns blazing. I mean, she definitely dug into Ronnie immediately and didn't hold back, which, if she's sticking up for you, I could see why.
Well, yeah. I like Robin 𝗵𝗲, Scott's wife, a lot. Like Ronnie, his girlfriend. But Robin, Scott's wife, did take the stronger dig.
What do you mean?
She made a much stronger verbal dig than Ronnie did when she called Stephanie.
What did she call her?
I mean, I don't know literally what a chippy means, but that was the strongest.
That chippy means like
it's a young.
Well, if you don't know what it means, then how do you know it's stronger?
I don't know literally what it means, but it implies like
she's younger, and she's like you say, oh, he's with that young chippy. It's not like a whore.
It does
just
imply
like it's more like a young. It's more like a young. It's a very old-fashioned term, but it's not
derogatory though.
But it's not derogatory.
Sexualized. I think someone can look up chippy. If there's a dictionary there.
Where will I look? A dictionary from 1920 is what I need.
No, it was definitely a shot. But
it's a little lower than a broad.
But like Scott was saying, I guess Robin and Bonnie had a relationship, or maybe things were different, and now that she's gone and a younger woman's in the picture, she's not happy.
Does that end? Is Robin...
according to the Oxford Dictionary, the third definition for a chippy, it's North American, is a promiscuous young woman, especially a prostitute.
Promiscuous. Basically called her a whore. Basically called her a whore.
I guess so.
According to the third definition.
I didn't realize that was the meaning of the word.
Jenks, you're on the wrap-up show.
Yeah, what's happening? I don't know. I kind of got the impression listening to that Scott, man, how could you not defend your wife or say something during that? I mean, your wife, she's going to rip you apart when you get home for that. You know that.
For what? I mean, she was defending herself. There was nothing more that I could do or say at that point. She was doing great. So
I'm going to make a prediction. You are going to come in tomorrow angry at Ronnie. You're going to come in tomorrow angry because you're going to find out what you did wrong. You're going to hear about it tonight, and you're going to come in tomorrow angry.
I know
at Ronnie.
why she called. She was trying to support me, and she wasn't, which is a great thing. And
I agree with everything you just said. You're going to come in tomorrow angry at Ronnie.
Hey, Ronnie, what's your definition of a chippy?
A chippy?
Yeah. Does she? I think Scott's wife said that your girlfriend is a chippy. What do you think that means?
I guess it's a young girl.
Who? Okay.
So.
Because we were trying to figure out how deep the dig was.
You pissed off at him?
No, not at all.
Is your relationship with Scott awkward when you have this sort of?
Well, I feel bad for him because I know he's going to go home and catch a lot of shit today.
Why does everybody think I'm going to catch shit?
He says he's not going to catch any shit because Robin called in, stated her piece, and Scott didn't need to say anything. She held her own.
There's a bunch of calls up. There's a school of thought that you were disrespectful to his wife and that he should have stepped in and told you to shut the fuck up.
I was disrespectful. I was called that I'm an asshole, that I'm a shit, that I'm classless, and I didn't say anything derogatory to her before that until she started that stuff.
Dredge of the earth,
okay?
You were called also.
Yeah, because she's jealous.
Well, I agree with that comment.
Yeah, I mean, forget it. I could have said a lot more, and I'm not going anywhere near any of the stuff that I could have said.
Go down that road.
I'm not. No.
No one ever takes that road.
No.
Yeah, Jason doesn't hesitate to take that road.
But first of all, I
don't.
I disagree. In one thing, I disagree with Scott, and I don't see how he says she called in to support him when she said that everybody on that show sucked and they were shit.
Yeah,
the show was shit.
I sort of got that impression too that she was lumping you in with that.
How does that?
I agree
how does that support?
I agree with my wife.
How does that support her husband?
I don't agree with her opinion that the show sucked. Okay, and I told her that. When we were home that night.
Did she complain that the DJ sucked, that he only has 3 songs on his phone?
Yeah.
I let her say it sucked in front of Shuli, but later at Home Alone, I told her.
The purpose of the show is to do exactly what we did.
But
that's the idea.
But Scott, when you left that night, what was that ride home like? Did anything come up because Sal was being so crazy, or
Ronnie was Ronnie?
She thought Sal was funny, and she thought Mad Dog, the comedian that we had there, was funny.
He was amazing.
Chris Russo?
What did she say about Ronnie?
She didn't say anything about Ronnie.
I don't believe you.
I don't either.
I don't believe that you guys got in that car and Ronnie's name didn't come up once.
No, she said he could be a little rough at times, but I mean, overall, she didn't give me any other impressions. But the overall thing was the show. She didn't like the show.
But what does that mean? A little rough at times?
I thought
language.
Yeah, and I also think she was annoyed. Just my opinion. Okay, I'm not putting words in her mouth. My opinion was she was annoyed because at the beginning of the show, Scott usually does this dance. And he came to Shuli and said he really didn't want to do it because he was going to have friends in the audience. So at the first part of the show, I pointed these people out and I said that thank you for ruining the beginning of the show because Scott didn't do his dance. I think she was upset with that. That was my personal thought. Because after that, she had nothing to say to me the rest of the night.
Johnny in Tampa, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hi, guys. I just want to say, I don't want to say to Scott, that guy, Ronnie, is not your friend. I mean, he's a jerk. You don't get into an argument with a friend's wife. You stay away. You don't get your friend in trouble and run your mouth with your friend's wife.
How did I get him in trouble?
Old mommy, because he got into an argument with your friend, and your friend is standing right there next to you. I mean, what's up with that? Why don't you shut your mouth, say yes, ma'am, and move on?
No, I don't. I'm not going to stand there and be called classless and an asshole and everything else by somebody and just stand there and take it. You got the wrong guy for that. I'm sorry.
Right next to you. You do it for your friend. You take care of your friend.
I did take care of my friend. Believe me. Believe me when I tell you I took care of my friend.
You did not.
Oh, yes, I did. You don't know, okay? All you do is call in and run your mouth also. You don't even know what you're talking about, okay?
I know how to take care of my friends.
Good. Well, then you go take care of your friends, okay? You do that.
And Ronnie, just to address that guy, Johnny, you didn't start in. Like, Robin called in to start yelling at you.
And, well, I brought something up, and maybe that's what set her off. I said that I think, also, in my opinion, that she thinks I'm a bad influence on Scott. For certain the reasons are, whenever we go out and we invite him to go, we invite her also. Never comes. It's always Scott comes alone.
See, I don't think that she thinks she's a... See, this is what I get out of it. She doesn't think that you're a bad influence. She doesn't like you.
Exactly.
There's a difference.
Well, it's to me, it's the same. If you don't like me, you think,
Well, it sounds like it's more about the divorce and you moving on in life.
But there were issues before that.
Well, okay, but I think that maybe was the final nail in the coffin.
Well, hold on.
But the other thing, I just wanted to say, Ronnie, you didn't attack his wife. Like, you didn't go after his wife. And you didn't throw him under the bus either with anything.
I didn't. That's why I didn't think that I would.
I
If
don't
he
know where-
started
I don't
attacking
even
her,
know
I
where
would
it
have
came from.
I would have come to her defense. But she was doing fine.
Well, we're sort of talking around it here. I mean, Scott, does your wife not like Ronnie?
Apparently, yeah.
No, don't give me apparently. You know the answer to the question. Either she does or she doesn't.
Well, she doesn't like him.
Okay. I don't think that comes as a surprise.
There's no surprise.
I think she expressed that today.
Did you know that,
very
Ronnie,
clearly
for a long time?
I never know it until 100% till he just said it now.
Well, you knew it from this morning.
Yeah, I had my feelings, but he just confirmed it for sure. Obviously, I've been talked about that she doesn't like me. Obviously, because I got divorced and I moved on with some, younger girl,
Chippy,
which is like never heard of in this society.
Scott, did she not? Yeah, I think we're gonna ask the same question. Did Chief have these feelings for Ronnie before the divorce happened? Like, did she always think he was a bad influence?
No, not at all.
So when that happened, that was sort of.
I guess she doesn't. I mean, she doesn't obviously agree with what he did.
If
so.
Stephanie eventually gets old enough, do you think she'll like Ronnie?
Maybe if the woman that he was with was a little older. I don't know. People get divorced. The marriages don't work out. I get it. But I guess she didn't like the fact that she's a lot younger than he is.
I'm Scott the Engineer, and on Tuesday's wrap-up show, once again, I got my ass handed to me because I wanted to go bowling, so I asked the question if I could have some days off to go bowling, and here's what happened.
We should start off with Scott Salem's quest to bowl, and I know we had a lot of Scott on the wrap-up show yesterday, and we're going to have a lot of Scott on today, simply because he's in the crosshairs, and it was sort of the perfect storm today because Scott, I would imagine, was fired up about what happened yesterday, and the news broke the story that he had emailed Howard about there was a new PBA event and he wanted to go, and Howard had gotten an email. But that was at the tail end of this. But what I heard, and Gary, you can correct me if I'm wrong, is Scott had talked to Doug Goodstein, yourself, Tim Sabian, everybody who basically said no to him, yet he persisted until he got a message from Howard, which basically said no. Now, Scott's argument, and I see him running down the hall now, I wonder if he's going to be as fired up as he was in the studio. Scott's argument is a simple one, which is, and Scott, correct me if I'm wrong, no one said no. People didn't answer. People said maybe, or we got to talk to this guy, we got to talk, but nobody came out and said, no, Scott, you cannot do this.
Well, today was the classic example of be careful what you wish for, because what I do know is that Scott was talking to a lot of people, and I think it would be fair to say Scott was trying to flush us out on the air. My understanding was he was trying to generate a news story that would get this to come out on the air. I think the hope was that it would come out on the air and he would get to go.
Were you lobbying the news, Scott? Be honest.
No, I asked about it. I asked Brad last week. I said, I know Shuley did the story. Are you going to bring that up on the air? I asked him. I didn't push. I asked him.
But it sounds like through the news, talking to Gary, talking to other people, it's like you were talking to everybody here about making this happen. And again, you're passionate about bowling. It's something that you want to do.
Right.
But was this an instance where you did hear no and just kept going?
I never heard no. Again.
Well, what did you hear?
I heard Doug said, I asked him, he put it off. I sent him an email. He didn't respond. I said, okay.
So Doug never gave you an answer?
No.
So
Doug's answer was, well, if he didn't respond, that's probably no.
Right. Okay. So that's your first. That's
Doug's
a
world.
That's a pretty good.
That's
hint.
in Doug's world. I never ask Howard anything.
No. But you
I never bother him with anything.
Step away from this being as close to it as you are, and think about it some other way. Think about it like I went to Howard and asked for the day off for something. I wanted to go to the Met game, right? And Howard didn't answer me. What would you think? What would you say to me?
Either he didn't get the email, or he
didn't
want to.
Or keep going.
He didn't want to answer.
Right. Why would he not want to answer?
He didn't want to look like the bad guy, which he said on the air.
Right.
He said, "I don't want to look like the bad guy." But to me, not answering is looking worse than a bad guy.
You don't get to call the shots.
Scott, you've been here a very long time, okay?
I have. And I don't. I would normally not bother
Here's
anybody
the thing, okay?
on anything.
If I email Howard something and I don't get a response, that's a no. I know it's a no.
And everybody here knows
Does
that.
anybody else think differently?
I think differently, because sometimes I take it as, and not necessarily Scott's kind of situation, but I take it as, it's like, oh, should I work on this or that? And if there's not an exact no yet, you're not sure if this is the.
But you're insane. You understand that? Like you're not. You're an outlier.
Yeah.
You're insane.
He's right in a way because if Howard really wanted you to work on this or that,
no, I know,
he'd respond to you.
But I think sometimes Howard doesn't give a no because, well, first of all, he generally doesn't give no. That's true. But I think sometimes it's just like it's not necessarily a bad idea. It's just not for right now.
But he usually
so don't do it right now.
He'll usually say, "Or look, I know I've sent stuff in," and he'll be like, "Hey, this is good. Maybe Fred can help polish it up, or let's go in a different angle." Like he usually does give suggestions.
And the other issue here is why is Scott, or frankly anybody, going to Howard in the first place when the protocol, as Howard said today, was you got to talk to Gary first.
Always.
Let me go through it. So the Doug thing, Doug said probably not. He didn't get an answer. I waited about a week, and Doug said, "Let's see what happens." So after a week, Howard was doing stuff in my studio. So quickly, I said, I know Doug sent you a note. What do you think?
Did you know that was on camera, by the way?
I had no idea.
Yeah. To me, it was on camera. It looked like Doug was there knowing you were going to ask, and it was engineered that it would be on camera.
I didn't even realize it.
And what did Howard say?
He said, now he could have ended it all a month ago by saying, I get that you want to bowl. I don't like the idea. We did it last year. I'm sorry.
I saw the tape because he's not answering the question.
What did he say?
You know what, Scott? I can't talk about this now. I got to deal with some stuff, and he lied.
No, right. That's what he said. I said he could have ended it by saying what I just said, but he said, you know what? I'm going to go in the back. I'm tired.
He avoided you.
Of course.
Scott, this is 𝗧𝗵𝗲 ложic you're using.
I was going to say,
of course he avoided me. And I didn't appreciate that.
Didn't you think that Greg 𝗧𝗵𝗲 sounded like an idiot when he went through this whole thing with the book and Howard? I mean, did you think so? As an objective observer?
But Greg doesn't work for him for 26 years.
Because you sound exactly like him right now.
But Greg doesn't work for him for 26 years.
All right, so
this is like maybe the first request in all that time that I've made like
All right,
this.
so Howard avoids the question, what's your next move?
He said, let me talk to Tim and Gary.
So now you're waiting on Howard to
get
back
again.
to you?
I can give you a little bit of background on this, by the way. I give you a tiny bit of background. Scott came to me to ask me about it, and I put Scott off.
Right.
I knew
said,
hold on. Let me finish it.
Go ahead.
I knew the answer was no. Tim, for some bizarre reason, I said, Tim, did you talk to Scott yet? Because he came to me. And Tim's like, yeah, well, we have to discuss it. I had to remind Tim that we had discussed it. So Tim was a little slow getting the answer. And I could have said something to Scott, but it was actually, it's Tim's place to say it. Like, I didn't want to cut Tim's legs out. Tim is the one who should be having the discussion with him. And then when I heard Tim this morning, when I was talking to Tim, and Tim said, I said, Tim, what did you say to him? And he goes, not a good idea. I told him no. I go, well, did you tell him no, or did you tell him it's not a good idea? And while I don't think that Scott should misinterpret it any other way, not a good idea is no, I don't know why Tim didn't just say the answer's no.
Right. So Tim didn't say no to you, but he did say,
he said, let me advise you as a friend.
So even you said today.
But even you said you're not his friend today.
Well, I'm not his friend, but what does that mean? I mean, does it?
It sounds
is he
like
giving me unofficial answer, not officially?
What do you think?
What do you think,
you
man?
Want this is like Richard Christie does it sometimes.
Listen,
you want this so
being
bad.
Very particular here.
Yeah, you want this so bad that you don't want to read between the lines.
I didn't want to read between the lines.
You know what you are? You're the chick at the door who's crying and go, tell me to leave. I won't believe that we're over until you tell me to leave.
So he said drop the issue.
Really?
He said drop the issue, so I dropped the issue.
That's what happened to you guys.
Howard's not interested in covering it for radio, television. Fine. Right. I got it. Okay. Let me see if I can get some vacation time off for those 3 days that I needed to.
Okay. So let's pick up there.
Yeah.
Who in the history of the show, of the very main players, do you know that's ever taken vacation time when the show is on?
Robin. Well, actually, she didn't. But Howard, I just thought of this. Howard actually moved his vacation so Robin can go to Guatemala.
Right.
Last year, he moved a vacation week for her. She had to go to Guatemala.
I got it.
You know that.
So you think you
asked me a question, and I gave you an answer. But I didn't expect him to move the week. No.
But then why'd you bring it up?
Well, you answered. You asked me a question.
Okay.
Who
should Howard have moved the week?
I didn't know. He shouldn't move.
Okay.
Well,
so
actually, okay. Let him move the week.
No. So we got that.
So let's say Howard said yes to that. You don't have an issue taking 3 personal days or 2, I don't know how many days, during a week that we're on live. You have no problem with that.
Well,
someone uses your office, you're bored.
Yeah, do you think about the message it sends in terms of you needing to be here?
So one time I was out for a medical issue for a few days.
Which absolutely, that's what personal days.
Last year he sent me to Vegas, so I was out for 4 days for that. So obviously someone did fill in for me those 2 times. I just made a request. I didn't think making a request was such a horrible thing.
It wasn't. The request isn't a horrible thing. The not taking no the first 5 times, you got a mostly an 85 to 90% no, and not hearing what you want to hear. That's where it gets weird.
I see him in a minority here, but I just thought that I wanted to go. Okay,
no, that we got. That's I got that you wanted to go, and you were being what you were was being very. You started to become passive aggressive about it. Like, you got to tell me no. When everybody tried to tell you no in a way that wouldn't hurt your feelings, that wouldn't make you feel bad, that wouldn't be dicky, and then it all came to this today, which nobody really wanted it to come to, but you.
And you stormed in there. It was Angry Scott who walked in there today, yelling at Howard, telling him who. I mean, you were putting Howard in his place.
So the thing started 5 or 6 weeks ago when I first was approached, and I asked a question, and the answer, if I would have gotten 5 or 6 weeks ago, that would have been the end of it.
But most people, everybody but you thought you did have the answer.
Well, no, I didn't get an answer.
You got an answer.
Tim,
you just didn't hear it.
Tim, were you giving Scott friendly advice, or were you politely telling him, no, drop it, move on?
I was politely telling him to drop it and move on. And because the thing is that we have a modified schedule now, and we all need to be here. Period. End of story. And I told him the time that I was in Minnesota when I came late because of my father, and Howard was giving me shit for that. But it's right. I mean, right is right. We're here to work, and,
I get
the show is on. When the show is on, he needs us here to support the show.
I thought wasn't unreasonable.
Nobody's saying that. We're saying that you got
today.
No, you got an answer 5 weeks ago.
I didn't get an answer
from Doug and from
a non-answer is no answer in my world.
But you eventually did get the answer of no. They don't want Howard TV covering because you said you came to this conclusion somehow, right?
Well,
so
drop the bowling issue. Once you got the bowling issue for the TV and radio, which I did,
and then you continued to try.
When you're told to drop the bowling issue, and then a day later you put in for vacation to go bowling, you're not dropping the bowling. You're dropping the TV angle of it, trying to get a free trip, but you haven't dropped the bowling angle.
I'm not trying to get a free trip. That has nothing to do with it.
I get that. But do you recognize that you want this so bad that you may not be thinking clearly? Because you do want it bad. I understand that.
Of course I do. And I'm still disappointed, but I understand that, they want me here. They need me here.
By the way. But it seemed like, in a Sal sort of way, it took Howard to come on the air, say, what the hell are you emailing me for? I am saying no. Doug's in the room. Gary's in the room. You talked about Tim.
I needed to be hit over the head with a hammer.
Did you really, though?
Well, no. I 99% knew the answer was no, obviously, but I gave it another shot, thinking maybe I could change his mind. Maybe, he's like, all right, for this.
So you did hear no then, because you're trying to change his mind.
Well, I didn't hear. Heard no for what I heard no for was the TV and the radio don't want to cover it. It's not interesting. It's boring. We don't need to cover it.
I think people are missing the larger context of this isn't just one Scott incident, and the ability to read between the lines or understand what someone's trying to tell you something in a nice way is essential, not just to work on the Howard Stern show, but in business in general. But I think that this has nothing to do with bowling. This is my whole theory on it.
Douchebag. Well, I mean, really.
Wait, you don't like my theory.
Wait, hold on. Let him give his theory.
Do you
not
want me to say it's not about bowling? Or it's all about bowling, Scott.
Okay, but
I think he has a real problem taking orders from Tim. I've seen it. I know that Scott got upset. He wanted to hire somebody one time, and Tim said no, and he fucking flipped out about it in a very real and scary, loud way. I know one time Tim asked Scott for, if he had any ideas how to upgrade his studio. Scott gave him some. I know Tim took some of the ideas and didn't take some of the other ideas, and I know Scott flipped out about that. Why do you ask me my advice if you're not going to take all my... I think the real issue is between Tim and Scott and has nothing to do with bowling.
Well,
I think, my opinion is that there's some underlying issue with Scott that he feels a victim and always a victim. And there are certain things that go on in our area that there are processes in place and things take time, like equipment needs to be approved. But Scott, instead of asking, would rather blow up and pop off than find out what the real answers are. But there's some underlying issues that I think you feel victimized all the time. I really do. You're a good guy. I like you, and I try to work with you and try to develop a relationship with you. When I hear that I'm not your friend, when I'm not here to be friends, but I'd like to get along with people that I work with. But it just, I think you like to put yourself in a victim state. So that's my opinion.
Okay, well, that's fine. That's your opinion. Getting back to what Jason said, of course, it's a thrill to bowl with professional bowlers. If you had some passion, or if Gary was given an opportunity to play in a real baseball game with the Mets.
I was saying my thing was like I got to go on tour with Bruce Springsteen. That would be the same thing.
Let you go do it?
That's a passion that I have. Or Bruce said, Gary, come to the
I want you to play sax for me instead of Clarence Clemens.
Come stand on the side of the stage this day. I want you to be my personal guest.
Would Howard let you take a week off of work to go play saxophone with Bruce Springsteen?
He wouldn't. No.
Okay, so there you go.
But then
I approached this as we did it last year. Howard sent me out there, which was.
But that question was answered pretty early. that it doesn't work for the show.
Okay, well, that's fine. I get it. The PBA said, regardless of whether the TV show or radio show is covering it, you're welcome to bowl. That's what they
See,
told
this is
me.
where you fall off the tracks because nobody here cares what the PBA thinks.
Well, I'm just telling you.
I'll be very blunt.
Are you aware what the PBA is?
I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you.
Police Benevolent Association.
I was offered again.
No, we understand that, but we know what they want. But we know what they want. But that has nothing to do with what we want.
I know what they want too. I mean,
don't they have authority over the situation?
But Scott? What about what Tim said? I mean, because Tim's not the only person who said that before. Are you playing the victim all the time?
In fact, quite honestly, it was said pretty often before Tim ever worked with us.
I don't try to play the victim. Okay, I don't. No, I don't try to play the victim.
Leave it to the victim.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Scott.
No, I don't try. I don't want to be a victim. So, that's all I'm going to say on that.
Well, because what Jason was also inferring is that there's an underlying thing going on between the two of you.
That's what I
There's
think.
no doubt about it. And at some point, I don't know how much time we have left on the wrap-up show, but at some point, it's you guys are going to have to deal with it because I see it every day. And there's a thing going between, I don't know, I think that both of you think the other one doesn't respect each other.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I think there's a missing level of respect coming from both of you. And you guys won't talk about it.
And I'm not saying that Tim doesn't respect Scott. I'm saying
I took Scott out to lunch the other week.
Yeah,
I'm saying that Scott does not feel respected by Tim, and I know that Tim doesn't feel respected by Scott.
I think we have disagreements. I mean, I try to request something. I don't want to get into it on the air. That's not right.
But this guy just took you out to lunch, and he said, and then you go right back and say, "I'm not his friend."
Did that hurt Tim when you heard Scott say that today? I would imagine that it did.
Tim, take me out to lunch. I'm your friend.
We'll work it out.
Are you guys on Facebook? Are you friends?
No.
Scott untags pictures with Tim.
The bowling is strictly me and not anybody else. That it's a great thing in my life.
I get it. I get it.
It really has nothing to do with anybody else. So, personally, it was a great experience, and I wanted to do it again.
Okay. What I would say is I think that every single person on this show could come up with an example of something that they really wanted to do that would make them be away from work.
I know, but they don't have that opportunity.
And
I have the opportunity.
No, we've all had the opportunity.
Now, Richard, I'm almost positive that Richard's had opportunities to go on tour for 3 months at a time.
Oh, 3 months. I mean,
listen, it's a passion,
3
right?
days.
Oh.
But I mean, we've all had. Like I said, I've had the opportunity to go to the Super Bowl. I've been given the tickets, and I was invited to go on somebody's private jet.
Like I
and
told
it still didn't get me home in time.
I don't think it hurts to ask. Okay, you've been here so long. I don't think it hurts just to at least ask and get an answer that somebody respected your answer. And all I said was, somebody could have come to me and said, "We appreciate that you want to go, but we'd rather have you here. There's shows this week. We need you. You're important to the show."
But there's no knowing that.
And no one appreciated that.
That's right.
There's no knowing that because it was said. Well, because he told you to finish.
Scott, who's your issue with? Is it with Doug? Is it with Tim? Is it with Howard, Gary,
Jason?
I think it's with Howard because even before when he was arguing with Tim in the hallway, he said all he needed to do was give me the answer, and this would have been done 5 weeks ago.
Howard said on the air, he didn't want to look like the bad guy. I mean, maybe he looks worse by not giving me an answer.
Do you think that's the case?
I feel that not giving me an answer is disrespecting me and anybody else he doesn't give an answer to. Well, that's the way he works. That doesn't work for me. I mean, I get it. I don't make requests from him. I think this is the first request I've made in 26 years.
But it's not. It's not. And I can't think of the others. But do you think that every office operates any differently? Yeah.
No. No. I mean, yes. I think that people would make a request and they would get an answer. To be ignored. To be ignored is worse than getting a no.
But what about if your request is unreasonable?
I don't think it was unreasonable. That's the thing. I don't think it was unreasonable.
And that's where I think there's a really big difference to say, can I take time off after you know that it's not good for the show? I understand that part. But I want to take time off to go do what I want to do. We all want to do that. That's an unreasonable request.
With this modified schedule, it's even more important that we're here for the shows. It's even more important that we're here and we don't miss it unless it's an emergency, a personal family emergency or some type of emergency.
Hey, I'm Medicated Pete on Wednesday's wrap-up show. We talked about B.B. Jones and other things that came up on Howard's show this morning. Check it out.
I do want to start with B.B. Jones and what happened with her. And Gary, I think not a lot, but a few porn stars come in here and they'll say, oh, they'll bang anybody, they'll do this, they'll do that. I guess Tabitha was certainly one who put her money where her mouth was. But with B.B. Jones, she is willing to bang anyone, anywhere, anytime, unprotected. And
that makes her a little tiny bit less attractive to me, but she's really a very pretty girl.
But to some people, it makes her even more attractive.
Well, I don't know. It's easy and quick, but Do you really feel good about yourself when you're done, or do you care?
Well,
some guys don't care.
You see, that's the question. If you're young and single and working on this show, this seems like a pretty good. You can bring your own condom. This seems like a pretty good opportunity. Yet, Ganji, JD, Benji all said no, and I want to know why.
Howard didn't understand. I sort of got where they were coming from, and I never really had to deal with this back in the day. But the whole, I think that I understand Benji saying, like, girls will say, they'll Google you. They find out you banged a porn star, and it's, they're like, hey, I can fuck a lot of guys. Why should I fuck a guy who fucked a porn star? So again, the other thing is, too, we're like deep in the porn star world. We're not in porn, but we know a lot of porn stars. And, there's some women and guys who've never met porn stars, and they think it's a really dirty business. And I'm just saying it's a perception of other people. So I think I sort of get, like, I really understand Ganji saying that girls have Googled him. I found out he fucked Kendra Jade.
Yeah, your checkered past really has done some damage, it seems.
So, just a prime example, the last girl I was dating, the first thing she brought up on our first date was that she Googled me and saw that I slept with this porn star.
And what did you? How do you deal with that?
She wanted to know about it, and I'm like,
so what do you say?
I was like, oh yeah, it was a really, really long time ago. It wasn't that major, and I do the whole, she wasn't a porn star at that point. She was only a stripper, which made me feel like in my mind
that makes it so much better.
Right,
it was a year after me that her and her stepmother banged Jerry Springer and taped it. Really?
Right.
Did anyone ever bring that up?
No, because they don't ever make that connection. But all it does is you see like Kendra, porn star, and I slept with her. And that's the first thing that literally comes up when you Google my name. And the other thing is, so it causes a problem. I mean, like it freaks regular girls out.
How many times does that come up?
I'd say 2 or 3 times.
And girls can't look past that, huh?
Regular girls have a problem looking past that for some reason.
See, now for JD, it's different because
no, it's not.
You've dated a porn star.
No, I didn't date her.
You liked her, and you would have dated her.
I've liked a lot of.
What was that girl's name? The one that you were pretty
Kimberly
friendly?
Kane.
Kimberly Kane. So, like, would you go out to? Would you take Kimberly Kane, say, to Howard's Christmas party if you were dating her?
Yeah, if I was dating her.
So she's
sure.
a porn star. The girl today's a porn star. What's the difference in the way people look at you?
Because I don't know. You got me.
No, but I think it's a legitimate question. In other words, you're willing to date porn stars.
Yeah. Listen, well, first of all, if she has sex with a lot of guys.
But
a lot.
But Kimberly Kane,
many porn stars do.
It's protected. She's having sex with janitors.
So it's the unprotected sex.
That's a big thing. Okay. And first, and second of all, I don't think she's interested in me. Otherwise, she would have gotten back to me when I tried to contact her.
Nope.
I didn't try and contact her like once and never again. I tried to call her a couple times. I texted her.
I think you played that all wrong. I don't think she's really interested in anybody. I think you have to call her, remind her that you want to have sex with her, you want to talk dirty to her. I think you have to work it. I think she's putting it out to everybody. She forgets who she talks to.
Wait, JD, what did you do? Like, how did you try and get in touch with her?
I called her.
And then what'd you say?
I
One
can't
time?
remember. I left a message.
And so did you expect her to call you back and go, hey, JD, let's rock out with your cock out?
She left me a voicemail wanting phone sex. Well, yeah.
Right. Okay, so what'd you do?
I called her, and I left her a voicemail. I remember what
But how long after?
Probably that in the next morning.
But you didn't try
as soon as after I got home from work.
You didn't try to text her or follow up besides that?
Yes, I did.
Well, what did you do? How many times did you text her?
Like a few. But if you don't get a response each time, what are you going to do?
So at what point did you give up?
I don't know, like a month or so.
But how many times would you say you tried either voicemail or text? How many times?
Like 5 times, maybe.
So if you had gotten a hold of her that night and did a little phone sex, do you think you would have made the next move into actually meeting up with her?
Sure, probably. Maybe. Yeah.
Benji, you weren't here, but the question is, you 3 guys, you're single. Like, why not go for BB?
When Marianne from Brooklyn called and said, "No, how can you say it's a stigma?" It's not a stigma to me, but it's a stigma to how other women.
Why do you care?
Look at it?
Because you don't usually seem to care about those things.
I care because I think BB's very attractive. I don't know her personally she seems cool, but it's like for basically like a one-time thing. Like maybe she's in New York twice a year, 3 times a year. I don't know how often.
Okay.
So for this one-time fuck of a hot girl, is it worth how much harder it is going to make for other relationships?
But Benji, you've been on the air and openly talked about anonymous sex that you get off of websites. Why is that so different?
First of all, I don't do that anymore. I don't bring it up anymore, and I don't do it anymore. First of all, but second of all, it is different when it becomes a very tangible, real thing. Oh, sorry, when it becomes a very tangible, real thing with a person that people know who it is.
Right.
Now, I have interesting breaking news. I don't know if this has come up. And I checked with Howard to make sure it was cool to bring up.
Okay.
she rejected Pete.
How so?
What?
She said she wouldn't fuck him.
When did she say that?
This is what now I'm getting this secondhand from TV guys.
Pete, get over here. Go ahead.
Oh, Pete, I didn't know you were in here, so I don't know if you know this. And this is what I heard, so maybe it's not true. I don't know.
No, that's first I've heard of that.
Well, hold on, but let's start. Pete, how did you leave it off with her?
I said sure.
So did she give you a number to contact her, email address?
No.
So how are you figuring you're going to get in touch with her?
I don't know. I mean, I would have thought
signals?
that. Yeah.
So, Ganji, you're like one of the main guys at Howard TV. What's going on here? Is this true?
I don't know. The behind the scenes guys were following them around, so I'm assuming that that's when it happened.
So Benji, what do you know?
Well, this is Lee. He's one of our TV guys.
Yeah. What's up?
Not much, Pete. How you doing?
About this news. What's
So Lee told me. I said to Lee, this was maybe he's coming down. I'm sorry. I said to Lee Garowitz, I said, "Oh, did Pete leave with BB?" And he goes, "No, actually, she said." And Pete,
just say it.
That she didn't want to. She wasn't interested in having sex with Pete. Now I don't know if she just said just Pete specifically or anyone here, or I don't know how that goes. And I saw Howard on the way out because I wanted to check with him to make sure it was cool to bring up. And he said it's cool. So, but I didn't get that firsthand.
I mean, she clearly agreed on the air. I mean, after Pete serenaded her, and she was all up for it. Doug, do you know what's going on here?
Yes. She's claiming the
Can't hear you.
How's that mic?
Oh, the thing on my face?
The open sore is the problem. Not his.
What is that, by the way, Pete? We were sort of talking about that.
I don't actually know what it is. I went to the doctor yesterday and had it checked out.
And he said what?
I got some antibiotics. So
what did he say?
It was just like some sort of pimple that I squeezed and just pus all over. And
so that might be the reason why. Pete.
Do you think the open sore is an excuse?
No,
I don't know. I will tell you that we looked at it before, and Pete, don't take this the wrong way. He does sort of look like an AIDS patient. You know what I mean? With that big sore. I'm serious.
How does he take that the right way, Gary?
A handsome AIDS patient, though.
No, so she doesn't know you the way we know you.
Yeah,
and maybe,
obviously.
And so I look at that and I go, Pete banged into the wall or something. But maybe it's a little scary to her. But this is a woman who doesn't mind unprotected sex.
We finally found that.
Yeah, so that's kind of weird.
Bibby has a line, and Pete is that line.
He's the Mendoza line.
Yeah.
So if Ganji has this sore, or Benji has this sore, let's say, do you think it would have prevented this from happening?
Pop a pimple real quick.
No, that's a very good question. I don't know. John, I guess the question you're asking is it the sore, or is the sore just an out in general?
That's right.
Well, I mean, we could ask her, like, will you do it when the sore is healed?
Yeah, well, based on her rap today on the show, I wouldn't think that would stop her, but I guess I'm wrong. Shirley, do you have breaking news on this?
I don't know. I was just going to confirm what Benji said because I interviewed her after she got off the air, and she confirmed with me that she was not down to bang Pete.
But did she tell you the lesion or the sore?
Yeah, she says I don't know what that sore is, and I said I think it's just a scratch. Could be AIDS. I don't know.
See, don't you think BB should have had the class to tell Pete face to face, or at least let him know before she left? That's not right.
Doesn't sound like the conviction of a girl who fucked a janitor at the movie theater.
Well, maybe you say maybe she felt, maybe it wasn't the smartest way to do it, but maybe she felt it was nicer to say yes on the air and to reject.
And then to just never call him again.
Yeah.
Pete, would you rather that, or would you rather her tell you face to face?
Face to face. Rather than secondhand,
Well, But the second hand is not her fault. That's my fault. That I didn't even realize you were here.
Right, he wouldn't have even been aware of it if Pete wasn't here.
Then he would have never known. He would have just kept calling her and texting her for a month.
We're just kidding, man. She's gonna fuck
Thanks,
you.
Gare.
Huh?
We're just kidding. She'll fuck you.
Are you giving me shit or?
Yeah, but I just want you to feel good and stuff. Man. We'll get you laid.
All right. Well, come on.
No, I'm confused.
No,
I'm
we're not.
confused too.
We'll get you laid. I'll get you laid. I'll get you laid today.
Pete, Benji's trying to let you down easy here. Essentially, she said that she doesn't want to bang you because of that sore. I mean, that's what
I don't know.
comes down
Listen,
to.
this is like I said. Everything I heard is
if that's true coming from her, then that's obviously true. But
Now, do you think maybe she sensed that you wanted more than just a banger, Pete? Because I know a lot of times you sort of go down the relationship route once you meet a girl.
Well, I was like, after the show, I was like, well, to the camera guys, I was like, well, we'll see where this goes. It's not a guaranteed relationship, but
I don't think of her and think of the word relationship at all.
At all.
Just have some fun and make one thing leads to another.
You're already going too far for her.
Because she did say if she banged you, she wanted you to leave right after.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't take offense to that. That's
that wasn't just you, Pete. I mean, she
that's
said
what she wants. That's what she wants.
Yeah, exactly. That's the way she operates.
I mean, do you understand that this is a pure sex thing? That it's not a relationship thing? And I mean, certainly for her, and I figured for you, this is like let's have sex and then beat it. Do you understand that, or do you think that it could be more?
No, I totally understand that it would be just
because you just 2 seconds ago said let's see where it goes.
Just let's fuck and then but. Conversation can if
you've already gone too far.
But I
don't want to have a conversation.
Who knows?
But I don't know if this is Pete's fantasy at all. Like to me, a girl like that, a little bit of fantasy would be you'd be so fucking good and so blow her away that she'd like fuck. I gotta fuck this guy.
Yeah. See, I've never had that fantasy. I don't think I could be that good.
I think you could.
I don't know.
All right, let's go to the phones.
It's worth the shot.
Jim, you're on the wrap-up show.
Yeah, the one guy with the balls to fucker's got a damn open sore. Jesus, I can't believe there's single guys on the Howard Stern show that won't fuck this broad.
Hey, I always forget your name. I know you're from
Jim?
NC.
This is Jim.
Jim, yeah. But
Sure.
Jim, do you have a girlfriend or?
I do.
Okay, so let's say you were single, but you were in our position of like we're not exactly famous, but like reality show famous. So
in a New York minute, Benji.
What's that?
In a New York minute.
But wait, so,
right.
so Jim, knowing that if you fucked her, that on Monday we're going to drag in the studio. I go, you fucked her. We want every little detail. We want to hear about it. So now everybody that listens to the show will know that you had sex with this porn star who sleeps with a lot of people, and a lot of them are protected. That's cool for you?
Well, it brings notoriety to yourself, and it's something for the show. When you're working for the show, you've got to do that kind of thing. Look at her.
You don't have to do it. Yeah, exactly.
She's fantastic looking. I mean,
she is, but it's a one-time thing. It's basically a one-time thing.
Jim, are you saying that
makes it harder for next time?
Are you saying that some of the guys on the show aren't fulfilling their obligation? Seriously, because that's what it sounds like.
We're not being team players.
Right.
We're not fucking BB Jones.
Yeah, I mean, Gary, you and Howard should actually make it a stipulation that
someone's got to get fired.
She's going to be there in Flushing, New York. She's going to be there all weekend.
All right, I'll do it.
Yeah, and so about 50 other guys probably.
Yeah, if you knew it wouldn't be found out, I think you said you would
Absolutely.
definitely...
If she came up to me at a bar and I didn't know she was a porn star, or even if I kind of found out that she was, and it wasn't part of the show, we were somewhere else, I would absolutely.
Okay, so let's take this a step further. You probably know how to get in touch with her, without anybody knowing. Would you ever try to pull that off?
No, because I feel like nowadays with the Howard 100 News and everything else, that's not a possibility. Back in the old days, absolutely. Yeah. Things can be kept quiet. Nowadays, no.
I did try contacting her without anyone knowing, and she didn't just contact me back.
Right. Can I ask JD a question?
Oh, God.
JD, would you be more into her if she was only into you? Like, does it bother you that she was somewhat
into me, period. I don't believe that she was into me. And I believe her saying she wanted me to fuck me or whatever was her. She didn't mean it.
But if you thought she did, and she wasn't interested in Benji and me and 50 other guys, but only you, would you go through with it?
Maybe. I'm taught. Yeah.
So you
maybe.
don't like when they don't show you the attention. If she shows attention to anybody else, you don't like that.
Attention like that, it's a little weird. I'll fuck. Yeah.
Pete, same question.
Something like that. I don't know.
Yo.
Same question.
What's up? Do me a favor, just repeat the question.
No problem.
Yeah.
Would you? I have a feeling that's not the first time in his life he said that.
JD is saying that it makes a difference. Like someone asked, well, why would you go out with Ashley Dupree, who's a known escort, who knows what she did
was a
before.
former escort at the time, by the way.
A known escort, and who knows what she did at the time, versus someone like BB, who's just, admits to what she's doing. Is there a distinction between the two for you?
Yeah, somebody that doesn't admit it, I'll be more inclined to probably go out with, whereas someone who openly admits it, that would be a little, I don't know, I'd be a little skeevy towards that,
Well, let's say you got together. I mean, the sore thing didn't happen, and you got together with BB. Would it bother you, like, if she went on to the next guy, like she talked about today, she bangs a janitor, she bangs somebody she's in an elevator. Would you feel, like, protective of her because you had been with her at that point?
Would I feel protective?
Would it bother you if she went to, like, the next guy? If she ran into Ganji and say, hey, let's go bang, and she's just coming off of, being with you?
Sort of, kind of, in a kind of a weird way. I'd be concerning. somewhat. I mean, yeah.
What's the question you just answered?
What was the question again?
Benji, I can imagine you can relate to what Pete's saying.
Listen. She is physically beautiful. I want to fuck her. I want to possess her. So I get that. Yeah, you want to be the one. It's the same thing. Like, look, we could easily, I don't know how much. We could take $50. We could take a couple $100 and go pretty much fuck any girl we want of a certain caliber, a prostitute. But it's not hot because it's like you're paying for it. And there's something about this. A little bit in a similar category. If there's nothing special about you, if you're no different than like anyone else,
right?
It's not as hot.
Right. I'll agree with that.
Thanks.
Rosie O'Donnell's on the phone. Well, first of all, Rosie, congratulations. You got an excellent write-up in the Post today about your new show. They're saying it's a breath of fresh air, blah, 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 going on and on, raving. Hollywood Reporter, excellent review. They say the show is not sterile, that things are being mixed up, that you never know what you're going to get.
Well, that's always good.
You're getting hit reviews.
Oh, that's nice. I just woke up. I haven't read anything, so I'm happy to hear that.
Where are you now, in Chicago?
I'm in Chicago, in my very cold dressing room.
With Oprah's staff. Now, here's my prediction.
Go ahead.
And I don't know a thing, but this is, I have intuition.
You got a hunch.
And you can deny it if you want.
I might.
Oprah's staff likes things.
Is it Oprah's staff?
Yes. Rosie was given Oprah's staff. Listen, it's a very successful staff.
Okay.
But they like doing things where everything is very packaged, very produced. Rosie likes to let things evolve and happen.
And Rosie's Rosie. She's not Oprah.
She's not Oprah. I predict within a year, Rosie, all new staff. That's my prediction.
Well, you're not going to be Psychic of the Year because here's the thing. It's only about 3 of people from her senior staff.
Okay.
And the rest of them were all young new kids who had worked at her staff for about 5 to 8 years. So they're in their 20s, most of them. So they're quite trainable, right? But I will tell you, you're right about initially they were worried about the fact that I don't use the prompter. Because normally they have a prompter and everybody follows it in the control room. Right. And so that's the reason we went live, Howard, which I think you'll understand better than anyone, is all the practice shows, I would do something and then after, we got to go, we'll be right back. And they'd say, we're going to have to do that again. I'm like, why? Well, you forgot to say NBC is the voice.
Right.
I'm like, oh, dear Lord.
That's not going to fly with you.
Okay, so Thursday, after the test show, I had a meeting with Lisa Ernst-Palmer, who's, one of the head Oprah people. She and Sherry Salata, ran it for 25 years, ran her show. And my 2 executive producers and I was like, okay, listen, I'm not willing to trade something real for something fake. Just because something's real and has a little few flaws in it does not make it less valuable than something that's perfect and sterile and ridiculous.
Right.
And they're like, well, how could we fix that? I said, we could go live. Cut to, they said, okay, which I never thought they would do because they thought they'd be worried that I might,
The whole show is live.
Live.
Wonderful.
Is this going to kill you? I'm saying right now it's fun, the first show.
Yeah, it's the first blush. You've been back.
You've been having a great life. You've been enjoying hanging out.
Yeah.
Is this going to kill you?
I pray to God it's not going to kill me, but I was hanging out for 10 years, Howard.
So what?
That's a lot. 10 years, man, of doing nothing. You tried. It's not easy.
You were going stir crazy.
Listen, my kids were raised. They were all in school. My youngest is going to be 9 years old, and I didn't have anything to do.
I can't keep up with you. You baffle me.
Why?
Because Rosie and I never had a private conversation, really. I mean, not where we've threatened to get together for dinner, but there's always there's always a complication.
Oh dear.
But
But she's hard to schedule with.
Yeah,
she is hard to schedule with.
She is. She's difficult, but you fascinate me.
So
when I came into your life, you had met you had a new girlfriend.
Yeah.
She moved the whole family in. She had 6 kids. You have 4 kids.
Yeah.
You were
She didn't move them in. They moved them next. They moved next door.
You were in the process of what you called blending the families.
Yeah.
Now somehow that relationship ended.
Yeah.
And then,
which I believe was predicted by you.
Oh yeah. Well, because you were going probably insane with her 6 kids. Let's be honest. That's too many kids.
Let's be honest. You have a vision of what you think would work, and I remember that movie, Yours, Mine, and Ours, with Lucille Ball.
Right.
And I thought, well, how?
That's what you were thinking.
Perfect.
Yeah.
This could be perfect, right? But honestly, it was a lot of kids, and that's the truth. It was a lot of kids.
It ruined the relationship.
I wouldn't say ruined, but it didn't allow for any time for she and I to be together alone, and
right.
There were lots of kids with lots of different issues. And,
right.
I got my own 4, and they have their own challenges, right? And so it just felt to me like chaos and too much. And she's a lovely, lovely person.
So in other words, you saw this movie and had the idea. But the kids didn't see the movie. That was the problem.
No, but they
Right.
did see the one with Steve Martin, Cheaper by the Dozen.
Yes. Now, was it complicated when you had to go, like when you broke up? I can't even imagine the hassle. First of all, you got to move her out of the house.
Which literally she did in 3 days over Christmas. It was very quick.
And then
over Christmas,
you had to go,
breaking up.
and you had to go over Christmas, no less.
Oof.
Then you had to go to the kids and say, "Listen, remember the movie I watched?"
Turns out it doesn't work like that.
That was the movies, kids.
Yeah, now we have a different movie to watch.
Was that a horrible?
No, because the kids knew. The kids knew in the beginning. Like I said, here's the thing. We're going to see what happens, and I love Tracy, and we're going to see what happens. And so the fact that we didn't live in one house, I think, was helpful in terms of them not feeling as upset, or they sort of there was a separation, and it wasn't like we did every holiday together. In fact, we didn't really do that. I took my kids and did what we normally did, and she did what she normally did.
And Tracy had to be brokenhearted because, listen, nabbing a Rosie is a big deal.
Nabbing, I love that.
Well, let's be honest.
You think I'm nabbable?
Well, listen.
Well, you're acting like she lost a Porsche.
She's a big. Well, yeah, Rosie's a big star. She is the pride.
It's more like a Hyundai Sonata, Robin. I don't know if it was a Porsche.
She is the home run of home runs. She's wealthy. She's, listen. She's everything a woman.
She's also a good person.
Yeah, right. So, when you broke up with her, it had to be the worst.
Well, just so you know, it was not. It was she made the decision. It wasn't. She said this is not going to work for me, and I'm going to go.
Well, in other words, you acted so miserable.
No, I just knew. I knew fairly early on that a long-time future and forever wasn't in the cards, and that I loved her very much, and I care about her kids, and I care about her life, and and what I think we ended up wanting different things. Although at the beginning it was a great, immense love affair, and it's wonderful to feel those kinds of feelings. And I had been in a relationship for a long time. That towards the end was kind of when people are about to divorce, it's a couple years of rockiness, right? So
and here's what else baffles me.
What's that?
Okay, so this whole moving to Chicago thing, I don't get. Now, Parker is in military school, so he's covered.
And loves it.
Can you believe this?
Military
I cannot believe it, truthfully. He's been asking since he was 8. Wow. And I was obsessed with everything. Like, can tell you everything General Patton ever did, can tell you who was in what war, what countries, and why. And
do you think he'll become a military guy?
That's what he's always wanted. And, and I was really concerned, to tell you the truth. He's 16. When I left my show, I kept him in first grade twice because I wanted him to sort of, relearn and have focus, and I wasn't home during my, the show. So he did first grade twice. So he's older than most of the kids in 10th grade. He's 16. Most of them are 15.
Right.
And when bin Laden was killed, he was awake. We were in my room, and I really was panicked that something huge was going to happen. Like they dropped the nuclear bomb because the president doesn't give a press conference on a Sunday night.
Right.
And they announced that he's dead, and my son goes, oh, shit. And I go, what, honey? He goes, I wanted a shot at him, Mom. And he was
this
dead
is some
serious.
kid. This is some kid.
Dead serious.
Here you are, a peacenik, right? You are someone.
Totally.
And this kid is rebelling by becoming a military guy.
Well, that's what I said. I said, how do you piss off your left-wing, liberal, pacifist, lesbian mother? You join the military, you know?
But,
I'm
and
like,
you were
don't
the
you
type-
want to stay home and get drunk and have crazy sex with
Right.
your parents? He's like, you know, yeah, I'm going to do that as well, Mom, but I first want to serve my nation. I'm like, okay, baby.
Wow.
You know?
Doesn't this blow your mind in the sense that you were the type of mother, from what I could understand, that was up this kid's ass? I mean, he couldn't make a move without you. And
Yeah,
then
I'm madly in love with him.
And all of a sudden now, he's moving out of the house
He's
at 16. He's gone.
Yeah, it wasn't really all of a sudden. You know, I mean, he's seen every movie about military school and stuff, and he saw TAPS, so I'm partially blaming Tom Cruise. But he saw TAPS, and he was like, Mom, I want to go to that school.
Is he into
And then-
guns?
Excuse me?
Is he into guns?
Well, he'll tell you every caliber. He's never
Wow.
shot a gun. We don't have a gun in the house. But he knows, like, when we're watching a show, he'll go, oh, Mom, that's a 15-millimeter CC from a Nighthawk Fire Ranger. He knows everything.
Is he into hand-to-hand combat? Does he take karate and all that?
No, but he's into football and athletics, and he's
Right.
you know he's very sort of cut, and he's like he looks like he belongs in like when I saw him in his uniform. They had the graduation
Right.
from the plebe to the cadet, and I was up there 2 weekends ago, and I was stunned. And here he is, like 6'1". He lost 20 pounds there. He's fit. He's cut, and he's so happy.
Wow.
And everywhere we went, like I took him out to dinner to celebrate, and we're at some steakhouse up in Valley Forge, and people in the waiting, to get a seat said to him, "Thank you for your service," because he looks like he's in the Navy.
Right.
Wow. And
Wow.
He goes, "Thank you, ma'am. I'm still a cadet, but I will pass on that to the men in the arms." He would say the whole thing,
Wow.
He called me ma'am once, Howard, and I almost had like an aneurysm.
You're kidding.
I'm like, honey, you do not ma'am me ever.
This
It is
sounds like
disrespectful to ma'am your mother.
You're not kidding. This sounds like remember that show with Michael J. Fox? He was like a Republican, but his parents were hippies.
Oh, he's not a Republican.
No, but
In fact,
I'm saying he comes from this piece.
Yes.
You personally were upset that they killed Bin Laden because you felt he deserved a trial.
opposed to war.
You wanted a trial for him.
Yeah,
And
I wanted to know if it was legal in the nation, that we live to do this, right?
Right.
I questioned whether or not it was legal. Is it legal to do that?
Right.
Right? But he's a Democrat, though. My son said, he goes, Mom, in the whole school there's like 5 Democrats. He said, I get into the greatest discussions about, what's going on politically. And he grew up in a family where we discussed politics at the dinner table. So he's well versed in
But
what's going on.
here is the turnaround in your life. You left your first show, which was very successful, because you wanted to be home with the family. The kids were young.
Right.
Now, all of a sudden, you're living in Chicago. You got your one daughter with you. 2 of the daughters are living with Kelly.
A daughter and a son.
A daughter and his son are living with Kelly.
Well, they're doing halftime, right? So the oldest boy, Parker's away. Chelsea's living with me, and the 2 little ones are doing, half and half.
I feel like you're free and clear now. With the kids. I mean, I feel you're back to being,
She dropped them all.
I feel you got everyone sort of in somewhere and stashed away, and then you're running around in Chicago.
Yeah, I'm at all the gay bars dancing until 3 in the morning.
No, you have a new girlfriend.
Exactly, who you will love, Howard. Because remember when you were saying to me, hey, did you have a crush on Beth? And I said to you, when she did The View, and I was like, no, she's too perfect for me. I'd be too intimidated to go near a woman who looked like that.
Right.
Cut to, I'm in Starbucks, and I see this woman in front of me, dressed perfectly, very Beth-like,
Right.
holding a puppy, and I have a puppy just like it, and I was thinking of getting another one for Chicago, and
Right.
I thought she was a straight 28-year-old, because that's what she looked like, and I start talking to her, and I'm like,
And by the way, this one, just so I'm clear, this one doesn't have any kids, right?
No kids.
Perfect. All right, go ahead.
Perfect.
Yeah, and you're not having kids with her, right?
Not at the moment.
All right,
but,
go ahead.
Yeah, so she's holding the puppy, and I'm like, I got a dog like that. Where did you get it? And we start talking, and I said, here's the thing.
Were you hitting on her?
No, because I didn't think she was gay at all. It's like she's got a Beth vibe, honey. She wears high heels and Prada belts and a lot of jewelry. Like I thought she was just a straight girl.
So your gaydar wasn't going wild.
Honey, not only was it not going wild, it didn't even register a possible blip.
But why did you start talking to her? Because she was beautiful?
No, because of the dog.
Exactly, because
Yeah,
of the dog.
but listen, Rosie sees 50 people a day with dogs. She tells them to fuck off. Why did this one she's all of a sudden talking to?
I'll tell you why, because I have a 4-pound Chihuahua, and she was holding a 3-pound Pomeranian.
Right.
And I wanted to know if it was full grown, because, I can't bring the big dogs back and forth. So I have a little Chihuahua, and my daughter Chelsea, who's living with me here, I wanted to get her a little one so Missy would have a friend and blah, blah, blah.
So so when you're talking to her,
yeah,
does she recognize right away it's Rosie O'Donnell?
I think so, yes.
Okay, go ahead.
But she didn't say it,
And she's wearing a little hot dress, and she's got high heels on.
No, she's got like jeans that your thigh don't touch kind of jeans.
Right,
Skinny,
and she's
straight girl
28.
jeans. No, she's 40.
40.
She looked 28.
Tight
Right?
ass, big boobs, the whole thing.
Honey, you're a dream girl. I'm telling
Really?
you. Remember in the studio?
Who does she look like?
Julianne Moore.
Oh, my.
Yes, red hair, green eyes.
So you're talking to her.
I'm talking to her, and I said, here's what happened to me. I got a little chihuahua when I was 33, and the next thing I knew, I had a son. So you're probably going to have a baby soon. And she, told me that she was trying to have a baby. And, and I said, oh, well, maybe your husband. But she says, oh, I don't have a husband. I'm a lesbian. And I laughed. I was like, I said, that's funny.
Bingo.
I said, you're funny. What's your name? And she said, Michelle. I go, no, seriously. She goes, no, I am a lesbian. I go, you're a lesbian. If you're a lesbian, you're one of those lesbians for 14 minutes. You're not a real. She says, I've been out since I'm 24 years old.
Wow.
I'm like, and how old are you now? 28? She said, no, 40. I go, first of all, I thought it was Ashton Kutcher on Punk'd for a minute.
This is too good to be true.
Well, yeah, and then I didn't trust her for a while. I'm like,
well, what do you mean you didn't trust her?
Because, like I said, I was intimidated by the beauty. I was a little thrown by the, I don't know.
Well, Kelly was beautiful, but you're talking about a whole nother level up.
Kelly is beautiful, and it's not about levels. It's just about she's very much of a girl. I've never dated a woman who is so much of a girl.
Feminine.
Exactly.
So wait a second. You meet this girl in Starbucks.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, here's a picture of her.
Oh, yeah, picture's flying in.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you enjoy that, Howard?
Oh, yeah, baby.
I thought you might like that. I thought of you.
You'll bring her over to my
more
place.
Than once.
We'll
More
get
than
her,
once, Howard.
we'll get her in a bikini.
Oh, yeah, she has a few.
Oh, look at her. She is lovely.
Yeah,
is she wearing a wedding ring with you?
No, she is not wearing a wedding ring.
It appears to be. Wow, she's some knockout.
Yeah.
You know how to handle something like that?
Howard, that was my concern. I was like, hey, what have I...
You meet her in Starbucks. How long before you take her out on a date?
About 2 weeks.
What did you do? You started texting and calling?
Yeah, my daughter was in the hospital for a while, and so I was going back and forth to the city.
What is that all about? Is she all right?
Yeah, she's okay. But, for my 14-year-old. And so I was in and out of the city a lot for like a month. And, so I didn't really have any time. So we talked for like 2 weeks on the phone and texting and emails and stuff. And then
that's romantic. And are you burning with desire for her?
I was nervous, Howard. I was like nervous.
But you were thinking about her a lot.
And I was also thinking, could she really be gay? But then as we were talking about, her life and her relationships, and I was like very...
you found yourself fantasizing about her?
Yes.
Alone in bed? You touched yourself thinking about it?
Well, Howard,
I mean, that's okay.
There's all kinds of implements you can buy to help you do that. But
I know. Robin teaches me.
Oh, stop.
Yeah, well...
So, okay, so you're thinking about her, you're texting this and that, and you say, let's go out on a date.
Well, yeah, she said, let's have dinner,
Where'd you take her?
I was like, to a sushi restaurant, but in my town, because, I had the kids and we had some stuff going on. So she came up with her puppy.
Right.
And met three of my children the first day, because what I thought was, if this has any chance to ever be anything, it comes with 3 kids. Right?
It was clear it was a date, though.
So you introduced the kids right away.
She doesn't fuck around.
Oh.
Because you know what? Rosie falls in love in a day.
Immediately.
Yeah, she doesn't even date that much. As soon as she meets anybody that she's slightly attracted to, she moves them right in.
Well, I went on 4 dates. You'll be proud of me, Howard.
Right.
In the last, since I've been divorced, which is like 4 years,
right.
I went on 4 dates with people I did not move in with. So I'd like to have
good.
a round of applause.
All right, so there is some discriminating.
Right, but when I go on a date, here's how it goes. I go out to dinner, and then if I don't feel that thing that you're supposed to feel,
right.
Oh my gosh, I want to get to know you, I want to sit next to you, I want to snuggle, I want to,
Right.
If I don't feel that, then that's done.
You move on.
And that's
right
fair.
away.
But that's fair.
Right
You say to them, this was a nice time, I'll get in touch with you, and you never call, right?
Well, because I'm a lesbian, they end up texting and we're friends. But
right.
I make it clear that, I'm not particularly interested in anything other than that.
Women are so good with each other. They're so sensitive that way. Like me,
they can be friends.
I just would never write the person and hide.
Exactly.
Right.
Well, I used to do that with therapists. Whenever my therapist pissed me off, I would change my phone number and just never call them back.
That's healthy. I wish I could learn how to do that.
Yeah, that's a good trick. I think you should use that.
So you go out on a date. Where do you take these girls to dinner? Because right away it becomes a story. This is in your neighborhood. No one squeals on you. No one says.
Yeah, in Nyack it's very easy. You know that everybody. I've lived there a long time.
What'd she wear on the date? Was she wearing no panties?
No. She's got some thong action going on, but
right.
No, white jeans and a black shirt and heels that I could not believe a human could walk in.
And no bra.
Oh no, honey, believe me.
Oh.
She's got the bra underwear matching sets, La Perla, something that she's taught me about. I now have matching bras and underwear, color coordinated, with lace.
Does it make you feel good?
It does, and I'm shocked.
So wait a second. This girl, you go on the date, and I know with the way you've described it, you like a nice big build-up. sexually. You don't want to like just get it over with in 2 seconds.
Oh no! In fact, no, it was not. There was no chance or time. You know, I was. So then after we went out to dinner, all it was a kiss goodnight, and then we
with a
went
tongue.
Out. Yeah.
Wow.
Come on, I'm
Look
49,
at you.
honey.
Wow.
What am I going to do? Peck her on the cheek?
No time to waste.
There were 3 kids sleeping upstairs and 1 in military school. I couldn't exactly, bound chicka bound. And besides, I was nervous, Howard.
Do you initiate the kiss or she does?
I did.
Well, good for you.
Well, I was nervous to do it though.
But you knew she wanted it. If she's going all the way up to Nyack, she wanted something with you. I mean, where does the kiss happen? Out in your front door?
No, on my living room couch. I walk in and the kids are waiting because the kids were playing with her dog, and the kids are waiting. Hi, and I'm like, okay, everybody, up to bed. Mom will be up there. And
yeah, but it's 4 o'clock. So they go up to bed. You get her on the couch, and you make out with her.
No, we don't make out. We one kiss.
That's romantic.
This is what I said to the kids. I go, you guys go up to bed. Mommy will be up in a half an hour. And she has since told me that when I said that, she thought to herself, oh, she's not interested, right? That she put her right. But I wasn't. What am I going to say? I have the kids. They're waiting in my bed.
No, that's very respectful.
Right. So
were you burning with desire?
Well, I was definitely wanting to kiss her.
Right. Oh,
and I did.
She's a knockout. I'm staring at the picture as you're talking.
She's beautiful. She's inside and out. She's so great with kids. She's really lovely. She's smart. She's kind. She's got her own. She's got.
So when do you finally bang her?
It took a few months, Howard.
Few months. Because you like that build-up.
Well, I was going back and forth to Chicago in the early parts of the summer to set up the show. Even right before the summer, I was going back and forth, and then
second date, you feel her up?
No.
Just kiss again.
We made out.
Oh, my God. See, women, when they're with each other, they love a slow build.
Oh, you kidding? And then all the letters about how great the kiss was, and then talking, and then send me a photo. Where are you? And,
look at that.
Oh, my God. It's romance times 1,000.
Did she sext you?
No.
No pictures of herself over the text with her legs or panties?
No.
Nothing?
Well, no. Come on. She's not a skanky hoe.
That's not hoe. That's fun.
Well, before you even make love to the person, they're going to send you pictures of themselves naked?
Not naked, but, a little something. So, all right. So you make out for a long time on the second date. Third date, I'm going to say by the third date, fingers. Now you're burning with desire.
No, let me tell you something. Here's what it went from. Kissing to, could you come and spend 2 weeks with me?
Right. It was time.
So all 4 dates were just making out.
Where'd she come to, Chicago?
Just kissing. Miami. We went to Miami.
Oh, the house in Miami.
Yeah, which is really, that's the house. Every time I pull in, I go, who owns this place?
Right.
Oh, crap, it's me.
And when she saw that place, it was romantic time.
It was romantic time. But you know what? She's got her own thing going on, honey.
What does she do?
Money. She's an IT headhunter, and she's like, one of the most successful people in that field. And
that's attractive. I like that.
Yeah, she's got a lot of her own money, cash, life. She's got a Beamer. She wears all these designer everything and jewelry. And I'm like, where'd you get those earrings? She's like, I bought them.
Sounds too good to be true.
Yeah, a little bit, and that's what I was a little bit like going. Where am I going to find the trap door? Where am I going to hear? By the way, I was arrested for impersonating Julianne Moore and stealing $50 million.
Have you ever dated someone who had that type of personal income and was able to support themselves in that fashion?
No.
So this is a new avenue for you.
It is.
And then
You're not gonna be in charge of everything.
So then
exactly, Robin. I'm not the boss.
So then the insecure part of you becomes a little more secure because she could afford. She doesn't need your money. So maybe you start thinking she really loves me.
Well, I don't think, Kelly didn't need my money. I mean, Kelly comes from a trust fund baby. She was a very rich kid, right? But, Michelle grew up very similar kind of financial way straight that I did, although she was in the most western part of upper New York State, right? So
is she a Gold Star lesbian or has she been with men?
What is a Gold Star lesbian?
Gold Star lesbian is a true lesbian who has never even messed around with men.
Oh, I didn't know that term.
Absolutely.
I didn't know that either. And
I just coined it.
Oh,
3 seconds ago.
Gold Star lesbian.
No, seriously.
No, she's not a Gold Star lesbian, nor am I, Howard.
Well, I mean, you messed around with some men, but very, very, very superficially.
I did the deed more than once.
Well, you tried.
No, honey, I lived with a guy for over a year.
Oh, did I know that?
When I was 28.
And you enjoyed it?
I enjoyed it.
You enjoyed sex with this guy?
Very much.
You didn't want to throw up and go, and you weren't thinking about women the whole time.
No, you know what else I enjoyed? Going like to the supermarket with him, like before the football game on Sunday, and getting like the beer, chips, and nachos, and having the cashier say, "Oh, how long have you guys been dating?" And it was like all of a sudden to be accepted in the world, not having to have who you're with be invisible and people pretend they didn't know. And listen, it's a long time ago. It's over 20 years ago, right?
So you're bisexual?
No, I'm not. I'm definitely gay.
Right.
But I see a handsome man, I'm not dead. I look at there's a sexy hot guy, I go, look at him. I don't necessarily want him naked in my bed, but I would like him to maybe tidy up around my house.
It must be painful for you when you're around me because I'm so handsome.
I'm telling you.
It must be confusing for you.
If I even went close to you, Jeanette Barber would have my head. Because
Did the guy get you off? I mean, were you able to have an orgasm with him?
Oh, gosh, yes, honey.
No kidding.
Everything works downtown. It's not like lesbians don't function without the right car key.
No, but I have many friends who are lesbians who say to me, like, the thought of the penis going in them is so repulsive.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that they can't even...
Well, I don't think that could possibly be true because there's a lot of...
Yeah, who are you talking to?
I have friends.
Where is this? What are you, women who... What?
All right, that's the second thing I made up.
I figured.
Gold star lesbian in that.
And all of your lesbian friends who are repulsed by penises.
Well, but I have male friends who are gay and who have said to me, like, they quite frankly, they go to me, ugh, pussy is disgusting.
Okay, I have a friend, Dan, and he went for the first time when he was like 30 to a bachelor party at a strip joint, and he was there, and his friend supposedly didn't know he was gay. The woman was on the stage, spread her legs in front of them, and he said loud, and everyone heard, "Oh my God, it looks like roast beef."
Right. Well, I would imagine it would be the same for you. You see a penis, and you're like, ugh, filthy penis.
No, not at all. No.
So now you get her to Miami. None of the kids are there with you.
Honey, all the kids are there.
Wow. And she's going to come for 2 weeks and stay with you?
Yes.
And go in the bedroom with you?
Yes.
That's a bold move.
And here's the best part of her. So we're second night. We're in the bed. The kids. We've put the kids to bed. They're asleep. We're in the bedroom. All of a sudden, knock, knock, knock. Come in, and in comes Vivi. I can't sleep in my room, and I'm thinking, oh dear God. And then in comes Blakey. Mom, if Vivi's going to stay in here.
And the hot girlfriend is laying there in lingerie and.
Yeah.
And
you know what she does? She goes, "Come on," and moves over.
Oh, that was a good move on her part.
Not only it's innate, it was an innate thing, and I thought to myself, this is so perfect, right?
How was the first night of making love? Awkward because I know you're shy. Were you
Correct.
able? Were you able to get off, or were you so shy that you dried up?
I was no, honey. Mommy's on bioidenticals, and trust me, downtown Niagara Falls.
Because you're on what? Biomedicals?
Bioidentical hormones. Beth doesn't have this yet. When she gets to be my age,
is this because of menopause?
Yes, honey.
And it introduces female hormones and makes you wetter.
If you don't
it keeps everything working.
It makes.
Are you on it, Robin?
No, I'm fine.
No, you're not. You've told me you've had to use KY.
Never. I lied.
No, you didn't.
I did not.
She made that up. That's like the Astroglide star hetero.
Do you have to worry about safe sex the first time you're with her? Like, do you guys go get checked out, or you have to do dental dams and all that?
No.
Dental dam.
Yeah, dental dam.
You know, it's very, very rare for a woman to give another woman a sexually transmitted disease.
Well, can I tell you what I just read?
It doesn't happen.
You want to know? You want to know what I just read?
What?
That when oral sex occurs, like if I go down on a woman, that now they think it's a leading cause of throat cancer. Because, yeah, it was in the New York Times. I'm not making this up from some tabloid. I'm talking about the greatest newspaper in the world. If you go down on a woman and you get the human papillomavirus in your throat, yeah, you get throat cancer 9 times out of 10.
But that's if somebody has HPV, if they have warts, right? Which I would hope you would notice while you were downtown.
Please, what am I go down there with a flashlight?
Honey, you could.
I have my eyes closed.
Warts, babe, warts. You could feel it with your hopefully very skilled tongue.
So you're telling me the first night she comes to Miami, kids go to bed, she marches herself up to your bedroom with you, and lovemaking begins.
Yes, but honey, I was already in love with her.
Right? Oh, I understand you're in love. She's there, but now it's time to physically act out your love.
Yeah, right. And
so do you remove her clothing one piece at a time very slowly?
Oh, no. Like, Howard, this feels like a Penthouse Forum letter. All I can tell you is, let me tell you this. It was really, really lovely. And like everyone else, when you're initially with somebody and you love them and you first have sex, it's kind of awkward because it's a new person and you don't know. And then as you're together, it's, better and better and better and better.
No vibrators?
No.
Just fingers?
Just body parts. Just doing it just like you and Beth.
Wow.
No toys.
No toys, nothing. Pure human love.
Pure skin on skin.
And when she took her clothes off, was it amazing?
Every time that she does, it is.
In other words, no cellulite.
I say to her, you look like a Barbie. You look like a human Barbie.
And
right?
she loves when you say that.
that's the thing. Here's something I found out that's shocking: that women who are beautiful, like Beth, like Mish, I assumed in my life that those beautiful women know it, and that I'm stunned.
Beth told me last night how ugly she is.
Oh, God.
I said, thank God you think that, because that helps me to take advantage of how beautiful you are.
Well, I can't sort of believe that, I can't believe that they don't live knowing it. I think if you're like the normalish woman like me, right, like chubby and overweight, whatever, you don't pay attention to stuff like makeup and lingerie, you assume that those super girly, sexy, beautiful women walk around with an air of, aren't I the goods, right?
Were you ashamed of your body? Were you like, I'm not good enough to take my clothes off, let's put the lights down, I don't want you to see me?
Yes.
You were. Did you keep your shirt on? Do you keep your shirt on?
Oh, no, honey. No, it's not like ashamed, like, oh, don't look. But, listen, I'm 200 pounds. She's 100 pounds.
Right.
I was afraid I would roll over and smother her in the bed. I didn't know. It was like, honey, be careful, because I don't know if you're used to be, but she's so...
Do you suck in your stomach? Do you start to worry, like, hey, I'll try and look good here, and, like, I'll try to look
thinner. There, I will actually show you my stomach, and the sucking in hardly even helps.
Had she ever been with a large woman before?
Yes.
She had.
Yes, she's been, she's had, she's not invested in it's not about looks for her, which obviously.
Yeah, same with Beth.
Right, it's not about that.
Do you do what I do? I walk to the bathroom backwards so that she can't see my ass. I'm not kidding. Yeah, I have cellulite.
But wait a minute, you showed your ass on national TV.
Yeah, that was that was maybe the biggest mistake of my life.
Well, we all know your ass, Howard.
Even Beth said to me, like, when I was 7, I saw that on TV. And I thought it was whatever. I don't know how old she was, but, she had to be around there.
That's got to hurt.
She goes,
What's the age difference with you two? What's the age difference?
Not much, 19 years. But
19?
I look incredibly young. So
I know you do. I've been around you. It's hard. The pheromones are flying.
Yeah, it doesn't look weird at all when she's with me because, listen.
You're evenly matched.
Beth's turning 40, and I'm 57.
Yeah. Well, honestly, you do look pretty amazing, Howard. I got to tell you.
Exactly. So do you.
Fit. Well, honey, I could use to lose about 40 pounds. But
do you think you'll lose 40 pounds now that you're with this new woman and she's so...
Well, here's the thing. I actually have lost some weight already, and she's very interested in health, right? She eats healthy food. She works out, and she keeps saying to me, I want you to live. You need to live.
Was she in the audience for the first show that you did at the Oprah thing? Of course, that's the greatest aphrodisiac. If she wasn't turned on before, when a woman sees...
And all your glory.
Well, even Beth says, when she sees me working the radio controls, it turns her on.
Well, it's funny because she came to the rehearsal, and we had a rehearsal on Sunday because we were going live yesterday.
Right.
So she, for the first time, sat and watched me sort of do what I do. And
do you find yourself trying to make your job look more complicated in front of her so that she's even more impressed?
Or that you have to tell people what to do?
Like use like start bossing some people around, or tell people like some television terms, like we got to sweep this quarter hour, please. I know about this. Do you find yourself doing that? I do that with Beth.
I think I do it a little bit, but I would tell you this, that I am always bossy, so it wasn't like I was acting.
You should have fired someone right on the spot. That would have gotten her. She would have been naked in your room within 2 seconds.
With all the kids, that wouldn't have been good. But she was sitting with the kids, and so I didn't even realize that it was, it's the first time she sort of had seen me, like, in that work professional mode of being the boss. And so I was doing what I do. Like, we're not going to use the 2-shot. We're going to use the 1.
Yeah.
Please have the jib when the boys come out. I was doing all that, but it was real, right? And then we go out to dinner, and she goes, it was amazingly exciting to watch you do. I'm like, to watch me at rehearsal in my sweatpants? She's like, honestly, honey, you don't know. I was like, oh, my God, you're going to have to come to work with me every day.
Are you making love to her every day?
Well, honey, it's pretty new. And I would say we have a very affectionate relationship.
Do you ever make love with her back in your office at work?
I have not, no, because there's many people here, and there's usually at least a child or two.
Are you guys obnoxiously affectionate in front of the staff, or do you keep that under wraps?
I don't think obnoxiously, but my children do say, like my 11-year-old boy, Mom, get a room, which is now his favorite line.
So every night you're making love to this beautiful woman?
I wouldn't say, every night, honey, I'm 49 and I'm tired. And when I did, the build up to this show, we did 2 rehearsal shows every day because I couldn't get it right. I was, it's an hour show, right? The shortest I ever did when we were on tape, not live, like we did last night, like we're going to be from now on.
Right.
I did an hour and 22.
Wow.
And I was like, what the hell is happening?
Right.
I couldn't get it to an hour. And so then the Thursday, I was really frustrated. We had done this piece with the Broadway kids from my school dancing, and Javier Colon was singing, and I came up and said at the end, "Thank you, kids. Give Javier some love." And they all just spontaneously ran and grabbed him. And I said, "What do you have to say to him?" And they all in unison said, "Thank you. It was adorable." And I said, "We'll be right back after this." And then I hear from the booth, "We're going to have to do that again. You forgot to do the NBC plug. You did not say NBC, the voice on NBC." I'm like, "I'm not doing it again."
Listen to me. Listen to me. If those imbeciles who run that OWN network had any brains, they got no programming. They have no ratings.
Honey, it's hard to start a network.
Listen to me. If you want to go an hour and a half,
You think they should just let her go?
let her go. What else they got to do? They got to get to what? Reruns of what?
Well, so don't they have some kind of Oprah show on after
They do. They have a brand new Oprah show.
Start the Oprah show. Start the Oprah show. And let's say Rosie goes an hour and 25 minutes.
Uh-huh.
So
well,
start the
It
show.
is an Oprah show, though.
So what?
Well,
all they got is empty slots.
Well, we got to have programming for commercials, but you have to remember when networks started, like Fox, they just did one night.
Right.
When CNN was on, nobody watched it for 3 years. The normal platform to launch a network on cable is anywhere from 3 to 7 years.
But that's why I'm saying they got you. You're high profile. You're getting great reviews already.
Let her go.
Do your thing.
Give her a 4-hour show.
Why does it have to be? Let her go for 4 hours. Who cares?
All of a sudden I'm going to be doing Sabago Gigante.
No, but I'm saying if you're there anyway and you feel like going, go. It's live. Go for it.
Well, I got to tell you, we had Russell Brand. Have you had him on your show?
Many times. Fabulous guy.
Genius, too.
Right.
Yeah. Guy's a genius. And he could have went forever.
Right.
I
So
actually
what?
hated it. Hated having to say, "We'll be right back with the game." I wanted to just stay with him.
So why didn't you? And then
we have an hour. It's a regular TV show. We have an hour.
But why can't you say, listen, they've got nothing on. The entire day gets 0 ratings.
Well,
they got
Rosie has a new girlfriend. She wants to get back to her.
No, she doesn't. Listen, she's got plenty of time. How long can you, in a session, can you make love to her? I know gay women will go for hours.
Yeah. Of course we will.
Right.
Because there's no, it's not as though one and we're done. I have to run out and get a blue pill, right? There's lots of caressing and touching and all the stuff that apparently bores you men.
Well,
we
you
just
know what?
do for hours.
I'll let you know something. I'll let you know the secret about this man.
Yeah.
I like all that stuff. But
I've heard that about
Beth is bored, but she wants it.
Get off.
It. She's like, let's go.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Stop
yeah.
with all the fooling around.
She doesn't. She is very different.
Well, she's definitely not a lesbian. I can tell you that.
No, she's not. I told you what happened. Beth went for a massage. These women.
Did you hear this, Rosie?
I did not. What's the massage story?
This is some sexy story. You got to hear this. Well, there's another massage story I'm not even going to go into, but just the other day, she stops in some place.
It's a little nail salon.
Little nail salon.
Right.
Korean woman. So Beth's sitting there waiting for her nail salon. She says, "Oh, do you do those massages?
The chair massage.
The chair massage.
Right. They do like your neck and your arms.
Right. The woman goes, you'll come to back room. Beth goes, "Oh, okay." It's sort of a little weird. Goes to the back room. She puts her neck in the thing, like
Put her face in the cradle.
Yeah, you understand.
Yeah.
Well, a couple of minutes later, she goes. The Korean woman goes, "Do you mind?" And she goes, "What?" She goes, "Take shirt." So she lifts Beth's shirt off, and takes her bra off, and starts to rub her sides and her breasts.
Seriously?
I swear to God. And she's telling me this. I go, "Don't you know that's inappropriate?" And she goes, "Well, yeah, but it felt good." I said,
okay, wait.
Yeah.
She went to get a mani-pedi,
Right.
and she got a boob massage?
Yeah. And then a guy walked back there, and she says it was nothing. I said, "Are you... What?" I don't even... she's like little Annie Fanny. She's just like... Did you ever read Playboy, little Annie Fanny?
No.
Everywhere she went, people were taking her top off and doing things to her.
Wow. And so what did Beth do? Was there a happy ending?
That's what I said. I said, "Honey, did you get up and leave?" She goes, "No." She rubbed me and it felt good. And then she was done, and it was about 15 minutes, and that was it.
Oh, so she didn't try to go downtown?
No.
But she did say she rubbed her thighs.
Yeah, because she was wearing cutoffs.
But they don't usually touch your thighs in a chair.
I don't know what was going on.
Thighs at a nail salon.
Yeah, well, but the kicker is...
Beth may have said something in Korean. It sounded like massage.
I think
but
so,
actually
too.
was like, "Can you do me almost right to the edge of glory?" I don't know.
Sounds to me like you're liking this whole Chicago setup. I can't even believe it because, I still think they could have done the show from New York.
Well, we were going to do the show from New York, truthfully, but because the Oprah show was winding down, didn't end until May 25th. By the time that we had all of the studios to choose from, there were no studios that I wanted to work in. You know, I'm very spoiled. I was at 30 Rock for 6 years, right?
Right.
And then when I did The View, it was over on the West Side. Literally, there were rats in the dressing room. Like, they would chew through things. It was really near the river, and it was not a good environment. I didn't want, like, one of those Unitel all the way on the West Side. And so of the choices, we didn't have many. And then, you know, Oprah said, you know, if I could give you the jet, you could go back and forth. Now, initially, Howard, we weren't going to do this kind of show. I was going to do Oprah show, right?
Well, thank God. Someone got a hold of Rosie. I heard the original description of the show.
Right.
There was some serious issues. This and that. I said, listen, 7 o'clock at night. People want fun.
Have some fun.
Have some fun, for Christ's
Right, well,
sake.
we were originally at 4 o'clock. We were going to fill the spot that she left vacant, 5 million women watching, right? That was the goal, was to do her show with her staff at 4 o'clock, bulk tape a bunch of them, be here for 5 days, be home for 15 days.
Right.
Be here for 5 days. That was the original plan. Then around July 4th, they said, we're going to put you on at 7 to launch into the new nighttime programming, because there's all new programming that started yesterday, right? So I was like, well, at 7 o'clock, I can't do a 1 hour single topic, just for that reason. You know, if it worked in Fringe, they would put all those shows on in Fringe. It doesn't. It's game shows and entertainment, and that's what people want.
Yeah.
And so I was lucky, I think, because I don't think I would have been good at that other one either, Howard, because, you know, I get pissed off about things that I feel are unjust.
Right.
And then I'm not entertaining.
I think some of that's entertaining. I do. I like when you're opinionated. I don't want you to go like sort of like, you know, I'm going to hold back here. I like when you let it go.
No, I won't be holding back. And
the Yantas who watch that stuff will love it. Believe me. I'm going to watch.
Yeah?
I would have watched last night, except
Yeah, I caught the first part, and I was like, wow, Rosie's doing stand-up. This is great.
Yeah, good for you. I'm happy for you. And believe me, it's good to see you back at work. I figured you'd go back.
Yeah,
And
you know, you were the reason that I actually did it, because before I went on the radio, I was thinking, well, I'm not going to do any. I'm 50. What could I do? And I love doing that radio. If they had only paid me a penny, I would have stayed.
Right.
And then it all, you know, here it is.
Are you still affiliated with Sirius? You are, right?
Yeah, totally. And I loved it. I loved doing the radio. And I never used to listen. Now I listen all the time.
Are you broadcasting your nightly television show on Sirius, the audio portion?
Yes, they are.
Good.
And
Okay.
I'm doing like twice a week answering questions for an hour, having call-ins about topics. So I'm still going to have a presence there on Stars. I would have much preferred to be on Howard 101.
Yeah, well, me too, but that evidently wasn't in the cards. All right, listen, watch The Rosie Show, weekday nights at 7 on OWN. She's in a good place. You can see, if you see these pictures of this woman she's banging, you can see why she's in a good place. This one I approve of.
Thank you, Howard. I thought so, actually. Second date, I thought, when Howard Stern gets a look at this one, he's going to be a happy man.
Oh, my God. And, you know, I have to have her over in the summertime so she can wear a bikini.
And she will, my friend.
Oh, yes. And that is something,
Proudly.
even if you can't make it, send her over.
Okay, I'll be there in a muumuu, and
All
she'll
right.
be in a bikini, all right?
Good luck with the show.
All right, thanks,
We'll
Howard.
all
Thanks
tune
for having
in. And have you met her parents yet?
Yes, I have.
Already?
Honey, we're gay women. Come on.
We
met the
moves right
family.
along.
We're getting wedding invitations printed. You'll be invited.
Oh, are you getting married?
I think it could be in the cards. It's legal in New York.
Have you asked her?
I think we've discussed it.
Wow.
Wow, this is moving fast.
You know, Howard, come on. I'm 49 and I'm gay.
Wow. Well,
You know the old joke.
What is the old joke?
What does a lesbian bring on a second date? A U-Haul. What does a gay man bring on a second date? What second date? Good night. I'll be at the gay yuck hut for the next 2 weeks.
But if she wants her own kids, you can't get started with that again. I see already. Listen, the two are living with Kelly.
Yeah.
You got the one with you. It's you're downsizing.
Yeah.
It's enough.
But
with the
can I
kid.
tell you,
It's
for me, honey,
it's enough
can
for
I tell
you.
you the truth?
Yeah.
To hold a newborn baby, I don't even need any antidepressants.
Go to an orphanage.
Hold an AIDS baby.
I'll come home with 20, like Mia Farrow.
Well, what medications are you on that you're so happy?
Well, I'm on a very low dose now of Effexor, and
What
sort
is
of
that?
weaning off of it. But I'm actually, I'm in a good place. I got to say, my hormones are balanced. I've been doing my TM, Mister, for about 2 years.
Oh, very good. Yeah.
Yes, I do my 20 morning and 20 at night, and I'm in a good place.
Excellent. All right. Very good. I'm happy.
All right, good to talk to you all.
All right. Watch the Rosie Show weekday night, 7 o'clock on the Oprah Winfrey Network. Has Oprah mentioned me?
Oh, yeah, we talk about you often.
I bet you couldn't have me as a
She
guest.
probably doesn't bring you up at all.
I don't think Oprah would let me on the show as a guest.
Will you come
Listen.
to Chicago?
No. But listen
Come
to
on,
me.
Howard.
No.
A whole hour. You and me, a whole hour.
A whole hour.
1 hour, just you and me.
But do you think Oprah would want that?
I am sure she would.
Really?
Yes. I'll fly on my jet. I know you don't like to fly.
What do you mean your jet?
They give me a jet to go back and forth.
Oh, you're kidding. What a mega
This is a
deal.
good deal.
What are they paying you?
Claudia getting wanded every
I don't know. You're kidding. They gave you a jet.
Yes, not to keep, but to use.
And you can use that for carte blanche, like you decide, I need to go to New York tomorrow.
Yes.
Oh, my God. What are they paying you?
Good money, my son. Good money.
Are you getting, I'm going to guess, I haven't even thought about what you're getting.
Think about it.
Are you getting $15 million a year?
Here's what I would say, Howard. That's very in the vicinity. If we were if we were on Price is Right, you'd probably get a second guess for that. But yes,
I'm under?
You're very close to the number.
Oh my God!
It's not a bad gig, honey.
And
they're very
also,
generous.
And bonuses.
I got it all, like you do.
Well, like I do, then you'll be lucky to collect.
You'll
be in court trying to get your bonus. They gave me a bonus. I hit a home run. No bonus. They said I read the contract the wrong way.
It wasn't you didn't hit a home run, you hit a grand slam, and they wouldn't have this Sirius XM if it wasn't for you. But it's no $100 million deal, honey, but believe me, it's going to take care of everything I need.
Whoa, that's beautiful.
It's a good thing.
Good for
and
you.
And listen, can I tell you, if I find a Gold Star lesbian, I'm going to call in with her, all right?
Yeah. Hey, where is your girlfriend? Is she there with you?
She's with my daughter, taking her to school right now.
Oh, boy, she really is moving
She's
fast.
moved right into the chores and everything.
Yeah.
Honey, she knows what she's doing. She figured out how to work the remotes in the new house. That's why she can never leave. I'll never be able to watch TV.
Next time you call in, have her at your bedside.
All right, baby.
And you'll leave the phone down. You won't tell her I'm on the air, and I'll listen to your lovemaking.
All right.
All right?
That's a deal.
And what are the kids calling her? Hot mommy? What are they calling her?
Well, you know, it's funny how they used to call me More Mama, right? She said, what name do you want them to call you? And she said, how about Mini Mama? I'm like, that's pretty funny. But it's cute because, like, my daughter, she drives my daughter to school, Chelsea, and Chelsea brought her into the school, and everybody's like, who's this? And she said, it's my stepmom, right? Which was really touching and beautiful. And it's good. It's all good. She's really lovely. And we will all have dinner, I swear to God, and we'll make it work. You will not go to the Hamptons every weekend.
Right.
You will meet me in the city.
No, I'm looking forward to it. And I'm looking forward to taking... Thank you. And I'm looking forward to a private jet ride.
Honey, you say you're in. I'm flying you. We're doing it.
And you're not catching any gay vibe from Oprah. You still claim she's straight.
I not only that, I'm positive.
Positive.
I'm telling you, I'm 100% positive.
All right, that's all right.
100%.
You know, but your gaydar can be off. We've just learned that.
Then
No, you don't know. Rosie.
Sleeping with, I did not think was gay either.
Rosie hit on Oprah. That's right. And she wanted to find. I asked her to do it.
Oh God, Howard.
Hey, by the
now
way,
you'll never be on the show. Shut the hell up.
Here's something we can talk about sometime when we get together.
All right.
So I was invited to a party at someone's house.
Yeah.
I walk in. They say, Barbara Streisand wants to talk to you.
Oh my Lord! When was this?
This was over the summer. I told you to come out.
Holy.
And so, listen.
Whose house? Sandy Gallon? Something?
No. Woman named Donna.
Okay.
I go over there, and they say, Barbara, out of everyone here, wants to speak with you.
Yeah.
I walk over.
Yeah.
And we entered it up for about an hour and a half.
I'm telling you, honey.
Just the two of us. A very deep conversation. Miss Streisand and myself.
And that
I
felt
brought your
good,
name up.
didn't it?
What? Beautiful.
Did it feel good?
Sure,
Yeah.
it felt good. But listen, who likes me? I mean, who knew? Who knew Barbara Streisand liked me?
Did you bring up my name?
Yeah, I did.
And what'd she say?
She said, "Oh yes, of course, yes."
Oh yes, of course.
Yeah, you
That's
know,
good.
she
I'll take
likes
that.
you. She likes you.
I know she does. She stayed at my
Yeah.
home.
I'm recording an album with her, actually.
Oh,
The
really?
duets
Yeah.
album, Howard Stern and Barbara.
Yeah, I felt like I got to admit, I felt kind of good about myself. You know that.
How could you not?
Yeah, I mean,
well, you're a Jewish guy from New York.
Right.
She is the biggest Jewish star from New York in the history of the world, and she's the most talented woman that ever lived.
yeah, and then so then she goes. So then she was supposed to come over to my house the next day. Except
What happened?
I had to leave. I had to go back for work.
Oh.
So I was like,
You mean you didn't take a personal day?
yeah, no, I took a personal day, and so no, so that didn't
That's
happen.
sacrilege. She asked you. She was going to come to your house,
Yeah.
and you went into the city to do a radio show
Yeah.
rather than hang with Streisand.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, listen, you know,
The woman's almost 70 years old, Howard.
yeah, she was terrific. She really was really interesting. We talked about just about everything.
You know, I
there
don't
is.
even think of her as an age.
Well, I tell you
She's
what,
exactly 20 years older than me. That's how I know.
Wow.
we had a fascinating conversation actually.
And she's one of the smartest women. She's all politically astute. She's got She's amazingly well read.
Yeah. Yeah, no. She kept up with me, no problem.
Oh, kept
Yeah.
up with you.
That's right. You know what an intellectual I am. I didn't
are
know
an
what
intellectual.
half those topics. I just
You
faked my
had
way
no
through.
idea what she was talking
I have
about.
no idea what anyone's talking about. I just go, oh yes, I agree.
Yes,
I feel the
I
same
agree.
way.
I feel that way
I'm a big
as well.
dummy. Anyway, listen. But I'll tell you about that sometime.
All right, but listen,
Yeah, you guys have things to talk about.
Invited to your house again. You cancel show the next day, and you call me, and I will fly in.
All right, you got it.
To the Hamptons.
Imagine that. That'd be some scene. All right, listen, watch Rosie's show weekday night, 7 o'clock on OWN. She's back on TV and getting fabulous reviews, and I will be watching too. All right, Rosie.
All right, thanks. Bye, guys.
Have fun.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye.
Right. All right, there you go. John Lieberman's here with the headlines from the Howard 100 newsroom. This guy works his ass off. If you're doing something wrong, he's going to find out. So just give yourself up right now. This guy's a hard-working, hard-hitting journalist. Yes, John.
Scott the engineer has once again been approached by the Professional Bowlers Association to play in their upcoming World Series of Bowling tournament. Scott, sources say, is trying to drum up support around the Stern channels via emails to send him to compete again.
You know what?
What are these emails? Who's he sending them to? Did he send you an email?
You know what? So about a month ago, Gary comes to me and he says, or Doug Goodstein came to me, actually, from Howard TV. And he said, hey, Scott's been asked to go bowl again, the PBA tour. I said, yeah. He goes, well, last year we covered it on Howard TV, and, what do you think? Do you want to do it again? Scott approached us. He'd be interested. I said, look, let me think about it. So I'm thinking about it. I go, from what I remember, I watch Howard TV.
It wasn't that big.
It wasn't that interesting to begin with. Scott stands there like a lummox and bowls, and he bowls okay. He didn't do great. He didn't do bad. He just was boring. It was fine for what it was. I wasn't sitting and pining away for Scott to go back on the PBA tour.
Yeah, you haven't been thinking about it.
Yeah, well, Scott's been thinking about it.
Well, he had a great time.
Right, he had a great time. And don't forget, he left here for like a week or two, and no one missed him. And that's problematic when you leave and nobody knows you're gone, because it makes it seem like you're not that valuable. So then, Scott. So I said to Doug Goodstein, I think we'll pass on it this time. I said, I don't see the merit in it.
Right.
Well, next I guess they told him no. And Scott's sort of having an inner tantrum. He writes me a direct email.
Ah.
And he goes, I don't know if you are aware of this, but the PBA has asked me to bowl again on their tour.
So, in other words, he got the no from Doug.
He got the no from Doug. Now he's writing me.
And he wants to get a direct no from you.
I didn't even write him back. Never responded to his email, right? I never responded, and I never fucking will. So then I write Gary.
Wait, that's rude. Okay.
Oh, good.
That's really rude.
And you're rude.
No, I'm not rude.
You were told no by Doug Goodstein.
I wasn't told no. I never got an answer. That's the problem.
Well,
I never got an answer.
All right.
Now,
So,
I'm not rude.
first of all, you don't
I ask a question around here, and people freak out. What the fuck is that?
You don't ask me that.
I don't.
You don't bother me. When do you ever write me? Yeah, don't bother me.
Wow. Who the fuck are you not to bother you?
I'm your boss.
Yeah, I know that, but I can't ask you a question?
No.
Holy shit, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Because around here you go to Gary. You don't come to me directly.
Well,
because you were already told
I did, but I never got an answer.
Doug Goodstein told you no.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
He's coming in to tell you.
He's coming in right now.
Now, he's going to... Listen.
This is what gets him worked up, the bowling. Not the wife calling, and he could care less. This is what's going to get him worked up.
That's another fucking issue.
So, Doug here's my issue
Mr.
with you.
Trader over here. Throw anybody under the bus he can.
Here's my issue with you.
Doug, you never gave me an answer.
After I wrote no to you, Doug, what happened? Did you tell him no?
I said he said
he never got an answer
Howard,
from you.
I got a weird vibe from Howard. He didn't seem really into it. I followed up with an email to you.
Right.
Didn't hear back.
That was fine.
Scott,
Yeah, so
did I not
so
tell
Doug,
you?
So listen, Scott knows around here. You don't bother me with your shit because I don't
Listen.
like saying no to anybody.
That's right.
And you go, yeah. Well,
So say no. Instead of a no answer.
No, you go to Gary like you do on everything
I did
else.
go to Gary.
Do you ever write me once asking me
Gary-
about your job?
Gary
do you
never
ever
came
ask
back
me
to
about
me.
what you should be doing every day in your studio? No. You go
Gary
to
never
Gary.
came back to me.
You want to bowl so bad you're throwing a tantrum.
Well, I'm not throwing
so
a
listen
tantrum.
to this. Listen, this is what matters.
Listen,
to him. So
I
wait, I'm not done. So then Scott doesn't hear back from me because he knows what that means. I don't write to Scott about his personal bowling. We have meetings for that. Gary, he has a conduit to go to Gary. He can go to Doug Goodstein. And when he hears that Howard's not interested, take the fucking hint. No,
Okay, fine.
he's not
Don't
giving
cover
up.
it for Howard TV. That's fine.
Okay.
I don't.
So then
I didn't.
he gives
Wait
up
a
on
minute,
me.
let him- yeah, he
Tim
did.
comes to me.
Ah, he went to Tim.
Yeah, oh, he's going to everybody. He's
Came to me,
right,
and then we discussed it, and I said to
All right,
Tim.
so Gary then comes to me. So Scott knows
So
what to do.
you still getting questions about this.
Well, wait a second. In between Gary, I walk by Scott's studio, and Scott says to me, I want to go bowling, something along those lines. So I had just come off the air. My head was fucking spinning.
Hey, Howard, Doug sent you a thing about the bowling tournament.
Yeah.
Do you have any problem?
I can't deal with it now because I just want to take a break.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm going to talk to Tim. I'll talk to Gary and find out what's going on. Okay.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Quite frankly, I was thinking about it. If there was any merit in it, if there was anything good for Howard TV or on the
So
radio.
you're still considering it?
Yeah, I was thinking
Just
about
don't
it.
bother you.
I was thinking about it, but he's bothering me as soon as I get off the air because he wasn't satisfied that I didn't answer his email. But he's already gotten a note from Doug. Gary, he went to. So Gary comes to me, and I said, you know what, Gary? I like Scott. I got nothing against him. He wants to bowl. Let me think about this. I sat in my office and wasted 20 minutes of my time trying to think if there's any fucking reason I need this guy. And I still was saying, oh, what the hell? So then, I don't know. Gary then, I talked about
we discussed it, and then you said, you know what? We need him here.
Right.
So then Scott had come to me, and I said,
yeah, I mean, he's got a job.
But I said, you should talk to Tim. So Tim sat him down and said, no. Did Tim tell you no?
Nope.
What did he say to you?
Tim
Nobody will tell you no?
What did Tim say to you?
Tim came to me and said, as a friend, and first of all, he's not my friend.
Okay.
I'd like to give you advice.
All right. What was his advice?
Drop the bowling issue.
Well, that's what does that say?
So what happened?
Officially, that is not an answer.
Scott, I told you that 3 weeks before Tim told you that. I said just
everyone's
drop it.
nicely saying to you,
So
no
I
one
dropped-
cares if you bowl.
I dropped the bowling issue.
Well, then he comes up with a new plan. He goes, I want to take my personal time. So I get a memo from Tim and Gary. Scott is now saying he wants to take his personal time to go bowling. I said, oh, you mean when he has his vacation, it coincides with bowling? I said, that's fine.
Well,
with me."
unfortunately, it doesn't coincide.
Right.
Unfortunately for you.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm.
Right. So I go, oh, that sounds okay to me. I go, you mean during his vacation? They go, no. He wants to take his own vacation, set up his own vacation, and go bowling.
Uh-huh.
I go, well, is he needed here? Because if he's not needed here, why is he here anyway? I said, do you guys need him here? They go, yeah, we need him. So I said, well, then there's no issue. Forget the fucking bowling. I want to go shoot pictures today for my
There's things
photography.
I could be doing today that
Scott,
mean I wouldn't be here.
The only reason they're asking you to bowl is because you're on this show. Leave the show, quit the show, and go off and become a professional bowler. What are you waiting for? What are you doing? You're nuts. You're going to go campaign? You see how hurt he is? This matters to him more than anything.
I was trying to get an answer from somebody.
What do you think the answer is?
got an answer.
3 guys told you, drop the issue.
I love it that he says Tim is not his friend. Tim tries to give him some friendly advice.
Right.
And Tim says drop it. And he goes, that's
so I
not
dropped,
an official
I didn't
answer.
So the show, you don't want to cover it? That's fine. They still.
We don't want to cover it. Nobody
that's fine.
cares when you bowl.
Good. That's fine.
Unless you're bowling when
Do you feel like you have an answer now? Or do you need me to sit down with you?
Well,
and say
obviously
no?
you don't want me to go, so that's the answer. You gave me the answer.
Listen.
You gave me the answer.
I want
okay.
you to have everything in life you should have.
I get it.
But you got a job. Listen, you're not 12 years old.
No, I'm not 12
You got
years
a
old.
job.
Okay, so...
Either you're needed here.
I do
asked
have a job.
around. I said, does anyone need Scott here? They told me yes. I was shocked.
Oh, wow.
As much as you are.
Yeah, right.
Isn't it nice that people need you?
Very nice.
So that's more important than going to fucking bowl. What is it?
Is there some free time you have that you could participate in this a little bit?
No, unfortunately, it happens during a week that the show is here.
Oh.
3 days,
Well, there you go. So there's your answer. You can't bowl.
Okay.
Wow.
I got an answer.
Right.
I was looking for an answer.
You didn't have an
You
answer.
got 5 answers.
You got 20 answers from 20
Doug
people.
never gave me an answer. Gary never gave me an answer. You never gave me an answer.
What did Doug
Tim,
say to you?
Off the
Doug
record.
said, we're not interested. Tim said, hey, drop the bowling issue. No one's interested. Gary said to you, it's not going to happen.
Okay, so fine.
What answer were you looking for? As far as writing me, the one time you wrote me a personal note is to ask about bowling. I don't know whether you're needed around here for bowling. I mean,
Okay,
it's an outrageous question. I don't have anything to do with that. Gary around here answers all of your questions.
Okay.
That's the pack. All of a sudden, you break protocol around here with the dumb bowling. Meanwhile, you got the answer from 20
I went
guys.
to Doug first. I didn't go to you.
You went to Doug.
And
you
he
went
gave
to
you an
Gary.
answer.
Doug showed interest, and he said it would be a good follow-up.
Right.
Okay, that's Doug.
And I told Doug he's out of his fucking mind.
Because we do the behind-the-scenes show now. It'd be more.
Scott. It's boring.
Okay.
Watching you bowl is like watching paint dry.
You get it.
My
I get it.
fans
I get
who
it.
pay for Howard TV don't want to sit and look at your fucking bowling.
I get it.
I know
Okay.
this. Listen, I'm sorry. I want
So
to do
then I
something
was just
today, too.
asking
I don't
for-
want to be here today.
So
What
then-
should I do? Who am I going to cry to?
Really? Then I was just asking for some personal time off, 3 days.
Listen to me. Personal time. I want personal time.
Oh my God! You really do?
Yeah.
Okay. You don't get it. You still don't get enough.
Scott, can I have? No, I don't. I want more personal time. Can I have it?
You can have. Obviously,
You're
you can have
laughing about my personal time. Your personal time matters. Mine doesn't.
I didn't say it doesn't, but
personal time. I said to Gary, I never heard this around here. What is personal time?
It's vacation time that I get from the company.
No, wait a second. I said if it's Scott's vacation, of course he can have it.
Well, it's vacation
But I heard
time.
that you have scheduled vacation. It's not right. And Gary explained this. Explain it to him again. Okay. Personal
Vacation time is vacation time that you get. We've all agreed, since we've all worked here, that we all take vacation together. Otherwise, it's anarchy.
And I do that.
Personal days. Here, you know what personal days are for. You're like a factory worker, but you know better. Personal days are for a funeral, a family emergency.
Not to bowl.
Not to bowl. That's not a personal day.
That's why I was asking if it would be
And they told you no. I know they told you no.
I explained what I got. The answers I got.
What do you think the answer is? Did anyone say yes?
No one said
So the
yes.
answer
Did anyone
is
say
no.
it was a good idea? Did anyone say, I think this might work? Tim said to you, I would drop this if I were you, Scott. You're a boss. You're a direct boss. Said, I would drop this.
Listen, I got news for you. I'm going to give you some advice. As your friend, I consider myself a friend of yours. Maybe not
Maybe
Tim.
you don't consider him a
Right.
friend.
The kind of passion you have for this bowling is the passion you should have for when my equipment breaks.
I do.
Okay. That's what you should be excited about. Forget bowling. Bowling is for going once a week with your friends. You get a little drunk. You get away from the wife. And you sit there and you throw that stupid ball at those dumb fucking pins.
Right.
The way he yelled at you, Howard, when he walked in, I wish I heard that tone of voice when Lady Gaga's microphone didn't work.
Right. You'll never see him erupt. Except for
Like he
bowling.
erupted.
Yeah. Oh, the bowling.
Well, I never got an answer. That's what, you know.
But you did. You got an answer.
Being a baby
You didn't want to
about
hear what you heard.
He said drop the bowling. I said,
yeah.
okay, I'll take. So
You
I'll-
didn't
let
like
me
the
take
answer.
a couple of days off.
That's not dropping it.
A couple of days off to go bowl?
So
It's
what
not just
happens
bowling.
when
So
an
aren't you needed-
emergency
so
comes up?
So are you needed around here or not?
Yeah, I'm needed.
You are. So then how can we let you go?
Okay, I got the answer.
Right.
But also, Howard, suppose some emergency now comes up and he needs a couple of days. He already took him for bowling.
Yeah, but that was good for you guys. You talked about it on the air. I remember when he was bowling the last time. We talked. Then they call and say, we want to get on the air with Scott. And I go, you know what? I'm not even that interested in getting an update on him.
I remember your exact words to me when we discussed it was, you go, Gary, I remember seeing Scott Bowling show, and I don't remember it being stellar television. It was
Right.
good once, but I don't think it
Quite
merits
frankly,
doing it again.
it was boring.
Well, you should get Greg in here. Greg said it was the most boring week of his life. He said they shot like 80 hours to get like
And my
10
point
minutes.
is, I want to do a Robin dating show. I can't get a budget for that.
No, please send Scott.
Oh, no.
to go bowl.
No, well, you know what I mean.
Well, everything was paid for. It wasn't. You didn't have to have a budget.
No, I understand that, but my guys, they get paid to sit there and stare at your ass for 80 hours.
In other words, the crew has to be paid.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Not you.
Look, Scott may have a future in bowling because the PBA CEO tells us his skills have impressed the other
let
bowlers.
me tell you what
Yeah,
impressed
they have, all right.
Here's
It's
what
still
impressed the
getting on the
PBA.
air.
When I talk about it, they get attention. Nobody pays attention to bowling until I talk about it. It's got nothing to do with Scott. They're not looking for. If Scott wasn't on this show, there'd be no bowling.
Why didn't they say quit, Scott, and come on the
Well,
tour?
they did invite me, even if I said.
Well, there you go.
They invited me without coverage.
Yeah,
They said if Howard doesn't want to cover it, you're still welcome
So
to
good.
bowl.
So go bowl.
I can't because I.
Oh, you got a
then
job.
then
I'm so sorry you've got a job.
Then I asked for
Scott, I'm so sorry
for the
you
days
have a job.
off.
Look,
I mean, I just.
Robin,
God, I
do
can't
you have
believe
anything
he's
you want to
still
do?
saying
It's
it.
just-
I can
I'll tell you what I want to do.
Let
What
me
do you
go
want to do?
now. I can find something
It was
to
just
do
a
that's other
question.
than-
Should
Everybody
Robin
freaks
go?
out from a question.
Should Robin leave now? She's got something she has to do. She doesn't want to say what it is.
Okay.
So,
Whatever.
female thing.
Whatever.
I'll tell you what I want to do. I
do you
was just
wanna
telling
do?
John Hine this. I've always wanted to go to the Super Bowl. Always
ahead.
wanted to go. It's on a Sunday night.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I've investigated it a million times. About 4 years ago, I actually got a friend was going to let me jump on his private jet home from Phoenix.
Go ahead.
But I still was nervous about when we'd land. So I found out we were going to scheduled to land somewhere between 4 and 5, and that made me nervous. So I spoke to the guy that runs all the private jets in the country. He told me the Super Bowl is the biggest night of the year for private jets. There's at least 300 in whatever town that's in.
Mm-hmm.
He said, you should land at 4, but I can't promise you that you will. So I said, I can't do it.
Right.
I got to be here.
That's right. You missed out on the Super
And
Bowl.
I can tell you something I've been trying to do. I want to go to the Australian Open. We're working during
why
that
don't
time.
you go? Take
it's
a personal
million
day.
miles away. I could never get back.
You know,
here.
Scott, which way do you want it? Do you want to be a player on the show and be important on the show? Or do you want to play it that you're so inconsequential that you can leave? Like, if Robin said to me, listen, Howard, I love the show and everything, but I've got to see the Australian Open. I would tell her you're out of your fucking mind. I need somebody here working with me.
Okay, I got an answer. I'm not bitching about.
You had an answer 20 times ago.
Can I just say one more thing, Howard, just for Scott? And I do mean this as a friend. You know that you've been butting heads with Tim and management about stuff here. Do you think when stuff like that's going on, it's a good time to say, can I take 2 days off when you're trying to show them your importance here and that we do need you?
He wants it both ways. I'm unimportant.
No, I wanted an answer, an official.
But
yes,
writing
no.
me is no offense. I'm not trying to sound like some kind of asshole, but like, you know what? If I work at Microsoft, let me say something. I got a brother-in-law who works at Microsoft. He doesn't have Bill Gates' home email, and he doesn't sit there and fucking hassle him. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand that
about his personal days. That's something Gary handles here. That's his job. Okay. I wouldn't have Gary if I want people contacting me. What do I need him for? Those big teeth.
Wow, I had no idea.
Oh, you don't even know what goes on. You're protected. You were off in England during the death of Steve Jobs.
You're protected from assholes like me.
You're not an asshole.
Sorry, I asked a question. I mean, that's all I was trying. That's all I was trying to do. Was ask a question.
I want to be home with my wife.
I mean, okay.
All right. You know. By the way, how'd that go when you got home last night?
I'm not making any comments.
Yes, Steve.
Really?
Bad
It
night?
wasn't good?
He is a jerk.
We asked him about it first thing this morning, and
What'd he
was
say?
stoic. He said, everything's fine. I said, did you sleep on the couch?
That
he
I'm interested in covering.
Well, of course.
Yeah, we sent some cameers there.
I said, did you sleep on the couch? He's like, I never sleep on the couch. I was like, well, did you sleep in a different room?
I sleep in a box in the garage.
What did he say? He's the lord of the manor. Of course he
said the floor was a little hard.
I am the king of my castle.
You had to sleep in a different room?
No.
Oy vey.
Well, what was the problem?
I slept in another state.
The problem?
Yeah, was there a problem?
You didn't do anything wrong.
Well, no, I didn't think so. I mean, people piled on in the wrap-up show too, and
I don't know anything about
Ralph
that.
and Richie, and so that I didn't think was fair. So yeah, I mean, when you get involved with people on this show, things can go wrong.
Right, absolutely. But you're not to blame. Listen, your wife decided to call in. Who told her to do that? That was crazy. I love if your wife called in every day, I'd be happy.
I know.
Then you could go bowl, because then I'd have her.
I wouldn't be happy.
I'd hire her in a minute.
I wouldn't be happy.
Right.
But people on the wrap-up show suggested callers that I didn't defend my wife.
Oh, really?
I thought that,
Well, how are you supposed to defend her? She was doing fine on her own.
That's what
She's
I said.
a firecracker.
That was my answer.
She didn't need you to defend her.
Well, I defended her when I thought she needed defending. When things got a little out of hand, I said, they accused her of wanting to leave early. I said that was me. I had to leave early. Right. Wasn't her. She didn't have anything to do with that.
You're a beaten man. You can't bowl, and you got to go home and
got to go to
listen
Vegas and bowl. Please.
Yeah. So she was mad at you, but why was she mad at you? Who knows?
She was a little upset. But
did you argue, or you just gave up?
You know how it goes.
Right.
I'm not gonna,
I'll go straight to the attic.
I'm not gonna.
Listen. I
Please let me go bowling.
I know you love. I know you love bowling.
Send me away for a week.
I know you love bowling.
I do.
I know you do.
Yeah, I do. And,
but listen, the Howard TV guys told me it was the most boring.
For
week
them,
of
it was
their
boring.
lives. The
I
TV
see
show
that.
to me was boring.
Okay,
no offense.
that's cool.
I mean, watching you bowl. I'd rather watch Wendy. I'd rather put the resources into Wendy the retard bowling. If the PBA wants to put her on that tour,
yeah, maybe I'll bring him out there.
Right.
No, I get it. It's not exciting. It really. I mean,
That's
terrible.
why bowling is having a problem.
I mean, but if you're asking me, and I don't like to get involved in this, but I would rather have my engineer here with me than hear that you're off bowling, which I can't really do anything with.
Okay, that's fine.
It would be another thing if you were top of the PGA Tour, and if you don't go, you're going to miss $100 million payday.
And you know what was weird? Like, the whole premise was that, like, Scott's a good enough bowler that maybe he'll win the whole thing.
No.
Not only didn't he win the whole thing, like
he wasn't even qualified.
He was just sort of at the bottom. He wasn't the worst bowler. He wasn't a great bowler. It was just such a disappointment on every level.
I'm not going to win the whole thing, obviously. Those guys are so good that, I mean, it's.
Well, we know, and you're boring, and it was
that's the
boring.
only reason to take time off if you're the greatest.
Like, if Scott was bowling naked, okay, then I could see it'd be funny.
All right, then we can work something
once. It doesn't take 80 hours to cover that.
Believe me, no one wants to see me naked.
You know, the words bowling and boring are almost identical, except for 2 letters. Think about it. I've thought about it. But when I got that letter, the email at
your
home,
hair must have stood on end.
I was just like, oh, shit. This fucking guy's asking me. I know I told Doug no, or I was thinking about it, but
Now I've got a personal
email. And then right after the show, he comes up to me, hey, did you get my email about bowling? And I was like, Scott, I'm on it. I'm aware of it. You know, someone will get back to you.
What is it that gets into people around here?
No, I was being pressured for an answer.
They know that they're irritating you.
Right.
But they do it anyway.
I didn't want to irritate
because they know
him.
I'm a nice guy. Most guys would just fire him. That's right. Yeah, they were just like, they'd say, listen, get him out of here.
Yeah, he asked a question, get him out of here.
Right. No, you can ask me anything you want, but when it comes to that kind of stuff, that's Gary's job. You know what Gary's job is.
I appreciate you value me as an employee, and you want me here.
Yeah, that's right.
I get it.
Yeah, what are we paying you for?
No, I get it. I understand, and I'm grateful for that.
All right, so go get to work.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, leave it there.
Yeah, leave it there. Get to work. Just get passionate. You don't know what goes on. And you saw how he came in?
The way that was amazing.
It's been festering. Like Uncle Fester.
You know, he looks like an answer.
He looks like Uncle Fester, and he was festering.
Everyone.
I thought his head was going to spin.
That vein popping out scared me.
Yeah, and I mean, you've covered war.
I've seen a lot. I've been to Iraq. I've been to Guantanamo Bay. I have seen a lot. That vein might have scared me more than the streets of Baghdad.
That's right. That's right. When he goes off, he goes off.
Gary, you've seen Scott over the years get in these types of situations.
I haven't seen him this angry since he didn't get his push-up money. I mean, he was screaming. He's like, "Oh, you're a fucking big shot." I was like, "Wow, is he?" I thought maybe Fred was playing a tape or something. I couldn't believe he was yelling at Howard like that about something like this.
Why? You know, it seems like he's cooled down in recent years. He doesn't have these big blow-ups. Why is he so passionate? Like, why is this so important?
Okay, he loves to bowl. It's something that's really he loves to do. It would be like his version of bowling is me going on tour with Bruce Springsteen. I can't explain to you why he loves bowling, but he loves it. So I get that. I get that this is something that means a lot to him. But everybody on the show has made a sacrifice for something that means a lot to them. Listen, I missed my best friend's wedding. That's no fucking bullshit. My best fucking friend. I was in the wedding party, and I missed it because it was the same night that we were doing a pay-per-view. And Howard goes, "I fucking need you here." And I missed my best friend's wedding. These are sacrifices you make, man.
And why doesn't... Because like I was saying, he seems to have learned his lesson.